Hey everybody, welcome. This is Tuesday night and it is time for Tuesday Night Boats, and I'm very excited to be here and to be playing today. I don't know what it is, but today I really wanted to get live. I wanted to get on stream and get some boats played, and so here we are. We're doing it. It's Tuesday night and thus boats. I am all set up here. I've every time I put this thing together, man, I put my windows in different places, and we are just all over the place. But I think this is a pretty good setup here. In fact, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this for posterity. If I can. Windows changed this screenshot thing. Just hit the whole thing, baby. There we go. I'm gonna save this for later. Hey, Odysseus, welcome. We are glad to have you. Doing freaking great. And it sounds like maybe you are too. I got a heck yeah, so thank you. Welcome. I've got the Rhine up here on the screen because I've been trying to learn how to carrier. Boy, is it tough. Oh, you're right. That's not Odysseus. It's so... I can't call you not. That's weird. Not Odie. I don't know what to do. Yeah, this is the right face. Huh. So anyway, today we're going to get started with a couple of matches. I'm looking at my screen, not at y'all. We're going to get started with a couple of matches here. And I think what I want to do is start at Tier 6 today. We do have a news segment we are going to hit. There's been a bunch of news in the world of Warships. If you want spoilers, go read about it now. Otherwise, hang on for a couple of battles, and we will throw in just a couple more. Hey, Mr. Justin, that is true. I have my Dropbox set up to put it in a folder in Dropbox, which is pretty cool. So I have saved a screenshot, but I appreciate the tech support from Justin Spreadborough on YouTube. Thank you. Welcome to the YouTube stream. We're getting some people over there, which is kind of interesting. If you're on YouTube, we're happy to have you. If you're on Twitch, that's where most of my folks wind up being. However, if you're on YouTube, you're a part of the family. And of course, if you ever want to join us on the Twitch side, you're welcome to do so. And vice versa, if you're on Twitch and you want to try out that YouTube streaming, go right ahead. So today we are going to get warmed up here. We're going to get rolling. Like I said, I've just been kind of excited to get streaming, and so we're going to go do it. We're going to start with Tier 6. And I would like... Justin says, so many options to watch. Hey, we've got a follow from Chris Viz. Chris Viz, thanks for the follow. We appreciate it. We are very excited to have you on the crew, in the crew, and what have you. Anyway, so today for Tier 6, what are we going to take out? I am not ready or comfortable taking out a Tier 6 carrier just yet. But I am going to take a fun Tier 6 boat. What boat should that be? I found out yesterday that I have like 1 million matches in the Gallant. I played the crap out of that boat when it was new. But I think I'm going to take out the DeGrasse as my Tier 6 premium ship. I don't even know what captain shows up if I hit recall. Let's hover and find out. Did you know you can hover and find out? Oh, it's going to bring my Charles Martel captain. I should absolutely have it bring my Henry captain. Oh, the reason why is my Henry captain is not retrained. Send to reserve. I guess we'll just bring back the Charles Martel captain. No, I'll bring... Yeah. That is so messed up. Dude, I have so many captains that I need to retrain after the captain rework. So again, starting with Tier 6 today, I believe I've got my wingman Scott Hurt with me today. Booyah, we're going to pick him right up. Welcome to the division, sir. And we are working on some stuff. I had a question on YouTube today. I had a user ask me, Moskva or Yoshino? And that got me thinking about those two boats. You know, I mean, they're both Tier 10 coal boats, and I want to make sure we take a couple of minutes and talk about that today. But I think there might be an entire YouTube video in that topic. So I'm not promising one today because I don't want to promise anything and maybe not deliver. But there's a possibility that in the future we'll take a deep dive on those two boats specifically and look at them and we'll probably throw the Salem into the mix. That way we get those 3 Tier 10 coal cruisers and talk about all 3 of those boats, what's the strengths and weaknesses of each one. Tonight, when we get to Tier 10, I want to take a brief look at each one of those. And we'll at least talk about kind of what the advantages and disadvantages are. I have played a lot of games in the Moskva and a and about 20 or 20 games in the Yoshino. So I'm at least comfortable with talking about both of those boats today. So we'll get there when you get to tier 10. We'll pull up both ships. We'll look at some specs just briefly. But again, expect possibly in the future. I think that's interesting conversation. Maybe we could do a more long form conversation, get Scott on the horn for that as well. But because that was a new question to me today, I haven't had a lot of time to put that together. I was at work, and so I did some work things instead of video game things today. And obviously at that stage, I didn't have a lot of time to think about that. So, but that might come up. We may talk more about that. Cool, tier 8s. Cheers. If you're here, if you like to hang out on Twitch or on YouTube streaming with us, we're big fans, of course, of having you. We're a small channel, and I could definitely use your help. If you have a friend who plays World of Warships, or if you've got a Discord where a bunch of you and your friends play World of Warships, or maybe your clan or whatever, let them know that we're out here and that we're kind of a chill stream, or maybe your best way of characterizing what it is that we do here on Clyde Plays Live. It's really, we try to make it a pretty chill place for people to hang out, talk ships. We try to keep the conversation light, of course, but we love talking tactics and capabilities of ships, things like that here. If that's the kind of thing that you and your people are into, let them know. We'd love to have them join us. So starting off in this battle, I am extremely down tiered. We've got a lot of tier 8s in here. Gascon, Amagi, we've got Edinburgh and Hipper. The De Grasse, you may know, is a tier 6 version of a tier 5 ship. So it's actually been pushed up a tier and then given a couple of extra tricks. I don't remember what the difference between the De Grasse and is it Galissoniere? I can't remember if it's Emile Bertin or Galissoniere. I think it might be Emile Bertin. What the difference between the stock one and this one is exactly. But I do know that it doesn't get a ton when it gets pushed up a tier like that. So I am going to have a tough time with some of these tier 8s. Yeah, to that end, essentially, I'm going to steam over here. I'm looking at getting to B, or to Delta, excuse me, the D cap, and I'm going to spend some time over there with these other allies. I've got a Cleveland, a Leander, I got a Bismarck on this side. Here's an Edinburgh. I want to hang out with some bigger ships, and hopefully I can be like, the little brother who's side-kicking these big boys as we scrap with the enemy. I don't want to go off and get into a one-on-one fight, not even against a tier 6. I don't ever want to be in a one-on-one fight, but I really don't want to be in a one-on-one fight against a higher tier ship. And with as many 8s and 7s as there are in here, there's a good chance that that could happen if I go sailing off by myself. De Grasse is not slow, and it does have this turbo booster. This adds 15% speed, and it lasts for 198 seconds. Now, to you and me, that's 2 minutes and 18 seconds, or 3 minutes and 18 seconds. And then it reloads in another 85, so a minute and a half about. And so obviously we can keep some speed up for a pretty good period of time. Now there's a Hipper 13.6 on broadside. I don't want to open my guns yet. I'm going to turn to where I have a favorable angle, and I'm going to hit my high speed, and now we're going to open up. Right there. I think Hipper might be in reverse. Those could be missed shots, but we'll see. We're going to get involved, though. Again, being a down-tiered ship, being a lighter cruiser, my goal is to be the second most interesting target, or even the third most interesting target to my enemies. And this boat has decent range. 16.2 at tier 6 is really good. There's a fire on the Hipper, so I'm already participating in a way that is beneficial to my team. Even if they put my... Scott says, I've spotted no DDs, and then I looked at the teams. There are no destroyers in this match. You're right. I'm the destroyer in this match. So like, yeah, we're working on trying to get some stuff out there. Okie doke. So I managed to get 3,200 damage, 3,300 damage. Not a huge number so far. So we're going to keep steaming along. Again, I'm letting those higher tier ships kind of lead the way, but I want to be close. I want to be a supporter, and I want to be involved in what's going on. So we're staying in tight. I'm adjusting some windows off stream here. There we go. Would you look at that? A Grafspe. Hello, ship that's my own size. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Although the Grafspay has those Scharnhorst battleship guns. That does kind of tend to mean he could really scrap with me. Favorably for him. Look at how tight the grouping is on these guns. The DeGrasse is really good at hitting what you click on. Now, of course, if you click like me and don't click on where you need to, you're gonna miss, but you can be very accurate with this little boat. This was one that Skada took in pretty heavily in Tier 6 clan battles back when that was a thing. And we found it to be a pretty good, kind of a pretty good wingman. Hey, Chalk. You know, I'll tell you, a lot of our carrier battles don't make it to the YouTube channel, so if mostly what you've watched is our YouTube content, that's probably true. And it isn't that we don't have good games, it's just that a lot of times what we're playing at Tier 6 either doesn't pan out, or maybe we've got a better battle that makes it to our Friday video. But he is working on his carriers, so we got him in the Tier 6 CV tonight. And so yeah, he's working through those 6s right now to get comfortable with those. Welcome to the stream though, Chalk. Glad to have you. YouTube is giving Twitch a run for its money. We've got 3 viewers on each site. That's okay with me. Welcome, guys. All right, I'm not influencing the battle enough. I'm off on the side of the world. I've been trying to play a little cautiously, but maybe I've been playing too cautiously. So I'm going to lean in just a little bit more. The fact that we have no destroyers is really interesting. Torpedoes on this thing are 9-kilometer torpy boys. So we're gonna maybe think about going in there. I should be able to stealth. No, I can't stealth torp. Excuse me. That's silly. 9 km is nowhere near long enough for cruiser detectability. Yeah, Scott says he's struggling a little bit with the Tier 8 anti-air, and I'm not surprised. Playing up tier in a carrier is tough. I don't play a lot of CV, but when you do, it is a rough time. Now this Grafspay, I think, is coming around this corner. I'm pretty confident he's right around this island. Because that's where I'd be if I was in that Grafspay. I'd be trying to sneak up to Citadel, those Edinburghs and Clevelands. Oh man, I wonder if he's right there and we're just gonna have like a frickin' gun, or like a duel or whatever. A standoff. I can't think of words. It's all good, Chalk. We'll get you over on Twitch eventually. That's my dream. One day we'll convert you. But for now, by all means, YouTube, we're streaming it up there, so it's all good with me. I know there's a lot of folks, like I never used Twitch either, and here I am now. I'm streaming on Twitch, which is crazy, but I never used to use it for any purpose, and now I do. Okay, so I hit my acoustics, so Grafspay knows I'm here now. He's just hiding. What is that guy doing? He's just straight chilling over there. Like, I thought I was being useless for the battle, and I definitely am, but like, that guy is just sitting over there. What's he thinking? Now he's running away. He's turning away. Oh, he does have shots. Never mind. I'm the only one being useless. Arg. Let's go. Okay. The acoustics on this thing are good. 4 kilometers at this tier is fair. That is a legit number of kilometers. Kilometros. Skada's coming in with the torp drop. This is probably a dumb idea.
Boost des moteurs activé.
Oh no, Grafspay's guns are looking for me. This is a terrible idea. Whose idea was this? Give me the captain on the phone right now. This is stupid. Go, go, go. Let's get out of here. Our lion is coming around to help me deal with this Grafspay. That'd be great. Scott is going in for another drop on him. Oh, that's true. Justin on YouTube says you can get in-game rewards by watching on Twitch. That's true. They do have Twitch drops. Those are enabled on this stream and on other streams. That's not always enough to coax people onto Twitch from other platforms, but there are available rewards. That's a good point. And I'm gonna guess Chalk is a player of World of Warships, and I'm gonna guess that maybe they know. But maybe not. And if so, Justin is helping out. That said, Justin is also watching on YouTube. All right, I'm going to go in on this Graf Spay, and boy, I should not. This is stupid, but I think the exciting factor is high. And my team is, how do you say, not going to win? How does one say our team is going to lose the bet?
Chasseur en vol.
Chasseur en bleu.
Chasseur détruit.
Yes, I see your guns are pointed the wrong way, Graf Spay. Now I have to remember the Graf has torps. So, where are they? Oh, that's the front of the dumb ship, isn't it? I thought it was the back. How favorable are these torpedo angles? Oh no, they're not favorable enough.
Torpille droit devant.
Torpille droit devant. Shoot. You guys ever have that happen? What just happened to me right there? My torpedo track was on the edge and it wouldn't move to the left, the 1 millimeter. I needed it to move so I could launch. I was swinging my mouse over there, but it didn't go. What the crap? I just AFK watch a random stream to get the rewards. Yeah, I won't say I've never done that before. Okay, I'm dead. This is stupid. Boo. That was not a great opening match, guys, but you know what? I was having a good time, so whatever. Ranger is all up in it. Hey, G-Mac, welcome to the stream. We've got Skada here. He's going to throw some of these Rocketeers into the battle. Taking a look at where we are, I think that I was not the only player who was being ineffectual and not pushing caps. And I think you combine me and a couple other players that were doing, look at that, 8,500 damage is all I have. I do have 30 gun hits, 2 fires, but those were all within the first 2 or 3 minutes of the match. You know, I would not call this the shining example of how one should degrass. And let's take a look. 14 battles in the degrass to date. I've won exactly half of them. Normal damage is about 31, so yeah, well below what I normally put up on the board. Not that 31's a huge number, that's a pretty middling number to be real. I believe Skada has leaned in and taken that one out so that we can move on to our next battle. He's got a couple of torpedoes there going for the Edinburgh. Edinburgh has decent anti-aircraft fire, and especially being a tier 8. I was trying to drop on an Edinburgh the other day in the Furious, I think I was playing, and it was a tough effort to get done. Furious planes aren't the best either, but the old Ranger over here is doing his darndest to get as much damage as we can. And there goes the last airplane. With that, guys, I want to get out of here. This is not a fun place to be. This battle is well and truly over, and we can get on to our next one. So that was tier 6. We're going to jump into a tier 7, and following tier 7, we're going to hit the news. You're going to want to stick around. There's a lot of news today, and there's a lot to talk about and be involved in. So we can certainly chat. Plus, I've got that fun intro jingle for the news, which apparently not everybody has seen. I keep getting comments about it and how it's fresh and new for players. So anyhow, if you haven't seen the news intro jingle, then stick around and we'll do that. I'm working up a new one as well. Nice. Good job. Hey, well, your 60K was a pretty decent number at that up tiering. So I'm glad to see you scored that. For tier 7, I'm going to play... I should play Surrey because I need to get through this boat. I took this boat into a ranked battle earlier, and I got 80,000 damage, I think it was. I sent a picture to Skada. 80,000 damage in this thing in ranked, and it's just so hard to play well, to enjoy playing it. But I seem to do well in it. I don't know what it is with these weird British cruisers. I don't enjoy them, but I was doing well, so I don't know. Maybe I need to figure that out. But I already did get my win of the day on there. I don't have any other... Oh, I got Caracciolo. Let's play Caracciolo. Caracciolo! Let's get out there in this bad boy, because this is where I am on this line. You know what's crazy about this tech tree? I'm going to go take a look at the tech tree real quick. I used to play every tech tree of every country, every branch of every tech tree, and now I've like gotten so lazy. So I'm good on Japan, USA. Look at this whole branch I've just ignored. I don't have a Kansas, a Minnesota, or a Vermont, and I don't even own the Colorado. So like it's like I just was like, no, I'm not doing that. I should figure this out and decide if I want to go get those. Taking a look at Russia, obviously I'm pretty good here. I'm a big Russia fanboy because they're overpowered, so I want the ships with all the bias. The only boat I need there is Petropavlovsk, and then I will have the full set of tier 10s for the Russian line. You know, so far I've been enjoying the Caracciolo. Caracciolo. I don't know how people say this if they're not trying to be a pronunciation tryhard. Caracciolo, Caracciolo, Caracciolo. Anyway, I've been enjoying that boat. I need Kurfürst here, but this split is going to be all new for me. I am not going to play the Moss. I'm just going to free XP to Z31. And that's just the way it's going to be. Riga and we're okay. We're doing okay. I don't know. You might, because I'm like GMAC, I am slow rolling that Riga. I'm not doing it. Here's the Surrey line. I got Albemarle to go. We're doing a quick inventory of my ships, right? I've like this whole branch. I didn't bother to do any of this forever, and now I'm coming back, and I'm trying to play the Surrey and get up into that Albemarle territory. That's true. You're not playing Kiev much either. I'll tell you, I'll trade you, man. You want to play my Riga, I'll play your Kiev. I would much rather play Kiev. We've got French battleships. I've been sitting here on this Richelieu for a long time, although I think I'm getting pretty darn close. So we're gonna get up to the Alsace soon, and I'm excited about that ship actually. It's all good. Pan-Asian line, I'm good on this one, all the way to Yuyang, no problemo. We're working on Brindisi, but kind of slow. You're gonna see a theme here. I have a lot of tier 9s that I need to get done, and Brindisi is one of them. I like Brindisi a lot, actually. It's just that I've got a ton of 9s that I need to be playing through. Pan-Euro line, I am on Ostergotland. There's another tier 9 I've got to play through. And then Commonwealth doesn't have its own lines, and we're about to get a whole new country. We're gonna get the Dutch cruisers in here, and I'm actually really excited about those. So as soon as those come out, I'm gonna be like, forget all these other ships, and I'm not gonna do them. So Caracciolo and we are going out. We got Ashitaka, we got Skada and the Ashitaka, and we are gonna go and play some Beetle boats at tier 7. Let's do it. Hey, welcome guys. Talon I didn't like at all until like my last 3 or 4 battles, and then I was like, Talon rules. But like for a long time I was like, I hate this ship, I hate this ship, I hate. And you know what, Hipper was the same way for me, so I'm not totally surprised. Yeah. Oh, that's why you're taking Ashitaka out. Yeah. No, that's a cool idea. I like that. That's a good like training technique that Flambas was talking about. So Scott has taken out boats he's got low PR in, so that he can upgrade, he can get better at those boats just through experience, and I think that's pretty wise. So me and Caracciolo, I have 5 battles in this boat. I've only won 1 of them, and I have Unicum damage of 85,000 in this thing. So I seem to put up the damage and lose. Today we're going to try to do both of those things, except for win. We're going to put up the damage and win is my goal. Look at this. I'm parked in port. That's cool. This camouflage is awesome. Some people think this is gaudy, but dude, how cool is that? The red and white, just a high contrast. It's really slick. And it's got those Roman Legionnaire shields on it. Like, we can set up our phalanx right there on the broadside. This is a cool looking camouflage, and so far I've had really good luck in the Caracciolo. I've actually had particularly good luck with its armor-piercing rounds. I know the whole trick of this class is the sap, but I've had pretty good luck with this thing's AP at like tier. Now playing up to tier 9, you know, in that situation, I've been shifting over and using more of the sap. And I don't know if using the AP is the right call all the time, but in this battle, we've got a lot of tier 5s in here, so I'm going to switch to AP right now. Right? It seems like it's, what's that armor they put on tanks where they put like the little fence that's like a foot away, there's a name for it, I can't think of what it's called. Or the little plates that kind of hang on the side. Like dynamic armor, but that's not it. It's something cooler sounding than that. Oh yeah, speaking of tanks that have cool armor and stuff. Scott says ablative armor. That is a type of armor. I don't know if it's the term I'm thinking of. I think I'm thinking of a different term. But that is also a type of armor. And might be exactly the word I'm looking for. I don't know. It's not the word I was thinking of, but I could be thinking of the wrong word. Speaking of things like that, new Battlefield is coming up. Reactive armor. I think that might be it. That might be it. Reactive armor. But the new Battlefield is coming out. I think it's Battle 2042, so it's not quite as far future as 2142 was back in the, gosh, I don't know, the late aughts, whenever that came out, or the early mid-aughts. But it is definitely coming, and I am excited about Battlefield, so I will not stop playing ships, but I will probably add some Battlefield to the rotation in October. And I hope that's something you guys are excited about too. If not, that's cool. Tuesday Night Boats isn't going anywhere. We can still do this. Absolutely. Okay, so far, I put the throttle down pretty heavy. Scott is with me. He's got that Ashitaka, Japanese battleship. Looks like it's a 10-gun boy. 3 turrets out back, 2 up front, double barrels per piece. I've just got the 8 barrels that come on this thing. And I got nothing better to shoot at than this Acosta, and I led that guy like 10 miles more than I should have. Yeah, just a warning shot to let him know who's boss. Yeah. Of course, now is a time when I wish I had my sap loaded. Acosta's torp range, I think, is 7 kilometers or less. So right now I'm not afraid of Acosta. I believe it's 7 kilometers all the way up through the Jervis on that line. Ismail, Scharnhorst, both great targets. Scharnhorst turning away. Ismail might be better for me. It's not a great angle for AP. It would have been a better sap angle. But we can work with this. I'm gonna pop around this island. I might slow down a little bit behind, just to throw off anybody's aim if they were waiting for me to pop out again. And then I'll speed up and turn away. It's gonna change my direction, which will change my trajectory, make me a little bit weird to hit. I'm not a big ship dancer, but it's probably worth doing a little bit of WASD hacks to make sure that we're giving these boys a little bit of a challenge, these boys and girls, if they're trying to hit us. New York just took a bunch of torps. That's okay, we can deal with that. I like watching that guy take a lot of torps. Here's a Strasbourg. I angled a little bit away from those destroyers too, because they could be sneaking up on me. Scott has done the same thing. Look at this mirroring of each other's sailing techniques. Can you tell we hang out a lot? That's 5 hits, 16,000 damage on Strasbourg, and then I take about 5k right there from, I'm thinking, was that Scharnhorst? Yeah, I think so. Might have been Ismail. Good slap though from those guys. Hey, Mr. Gunny, welcome to the stream. We are stoked to have you here. Thanks for joining chat as well. It's cool to show up and lurk, but we love it when people play in chat. Throwing some shots at Strasbourg again. I know Strasbourg is a French boat, not a German boat, but I want to call it Der Strausenborgen, and I know that is not the thing. Scott is switching back to Ismail, and with good reason. That is a great shot. Ismail is the one who's throwing HE shells. Not sure why exactly, but I'm okay with this. I'm letting it sink in more with me, GMAC. You're right. It's totally reactive armor is exactly what I'm thinking of. Shots out for Ismail. I think I got him out just before we lost sight, so hopefully those will actually go over that mountain, and they should slap that guy. We got 16-1 on the clock. Boom, that's a Citadel. 28-1. That's 12,000 damage on that Ismail. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this AP on the Carciolo. It slaps, dude. I don't know if I'm allowed to say slaps. I'm a little older than the kids who say slaps, but I'm going to say it. It slaps. Hopefully I'm using that right. Again, like tier, I love Carciolo. I think it's a great boat. I don't know how well she does up tiered. And you know, the other thing about this, I'm giving a wicked broadside to that Strasbourg, and he is looking to get some revenge. I'm going to turn away a little bit. I checked where Skada was because I didn't want to bump into my boy Skada. I also said my boy, another thing that people younger than me say. But there we go. 4,300 and worse angles for Strasbourg, better angles for Scharnhorst. The other thing about this boat is because of its accuracy, things like that, it likes to play up closer a little bit. And because of my destroyer main status, ooh, that one's gonna hurt. I better use a hull repair. Because I'm a destroyer main, I'm comfortable playing up close too. It doesn't mean I should be. In a lot of battleships, I shouldn't be playing up close. You know, I should be backing off a little bit, be in some other place, some other safer place. But naturally, I like to get too close. It's really dangerous in a battleship. So I try to make sure that I stay back. Well, Carciolo, Russian battleships as well, they like to play up front a little bit. So it's kind of a natural place for me to be. Although the maneuverability just isn't here. I'm swinging. I'm going to actually point back away. Me and Scott are about to bump into the wall there. I'm going to take a shot at this Sharny, see if we can't catch a piece of him. Just 2 guns on him, or two turrets, 4 guns. Hey, that was a great torpedoing by Gasolina. Bravo, sir. Or madam. I guess David Howard is probably a sir. Shots for Arizona, just kind of over my shoulder as I'm bailing. 6,300 on that one. We're at 44,000. Again, been averaging 84 in this. I don't think I'm going to necessarily be able to do that this round because check out the ship count. There's still 11 of my teammates left, and we are down to just, what is that, 7 enemies? So there might not be a lot of hit points out there for me to get. Now, I am on the more heavily populated side of the map. Oh, that was a twitch shot there. I scooted my mouse while I was shooting like a real dummy. These are probably okay, I'll take 1 hit there. One more than I deserve. There's probably going to be a challenge in getting that much damage. I got 53k now. Maybe we can get with the program. I'm going to hold a little bit here, maybe let Arizona. Nope, he's not going to commit to the corner, so I'm just going to throw him at him there. Scharnhorst is also sailing away, giving me a tough angle to connect with. So we'll throw the other ones at Arizona as well. We are going to wrap up here. Oh no! That is a destroyer. Right there. I forgot those guys have destroyers. It feels like this has been an all battleship slugfest. All match. Should I switch to SAP? I think this is an opportunity to switch to SAP. What I want to do is, I'm only 8 seconds from having my main battery reloaded. I'm going to let it reload. Oh, I lost sight on him, and that guy's within torpedoing distance. Bayern is putting up his airplane. Now, back in the day, Den Chief asks a really good question. He says, why don't you use SAP more often when you're dealing with those nose-in battleships? I probably should, right? Yeah, but I've been not wanting to have the... I've been wanting to not have the wrong armament loaded when I had those broadside opportunities. And so I decided that I was going to stick with those APs, and I was still getting 4,000 damage or so, and I was making connections there. There definitely is an opportunity to optimize some of that damage if you can switch back and forth intelligently. Sometimes I just don't make the change because I'm like, well, I'm going to want that AP again in a set. Like right now, I really wish I had AP for that Arizona. But I'm going to take a salvo at this destroyer. I'm in a really dangerous place. I'm at risk of throwing a... Oh, no! See, I was switching shells there. I only got off like 1 or 2 barrels. That stinks. Great job by Skada taking out that Acosta. Acosta. And Den Chief is telling me I'll do more damage with AP than sap to a destroyer. He's probably right. Scott was telling me something about that with these battleships the other day. And AP overpens might just be better. I am getting lit up by this Gata. Let's see if we can't F that guy up here real quick. Yes, we can. These islands are kind of in a poor place for me as well. Oh, thank goodness for Arizona overshooting. I do not deserve the joy and the pleasure of not being slapped by those Arizona shells. Oh, and I just used the damage control. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna die to these torps. No! All right, 67,475 damage. My lean in there was foolish, and you guys saw what it got me, right? So, I mean, think about that when you're in that situation. I thought, I'll just sail up in here. I knew there were 2 DDs. I didn't know that German DD was there, and I definitely paid the price. Scott was able to dump one of those guys for me. Fine and good, well and good. As usual, he's alive and I'm dead. I was leaning in with a little bit more confidence than I probably deserved to have at that point, because I felt like we had these guys on the run. We still do. I mean, it's 5 ships to 8 with me out of the match. I think we'll be okay. And I think this Arizona is going to go down here pretty quickly. Scharnhorst is getting picked on in the backfield. There he goes to some torpedoes. Oh no, main guns by the Duca. Arizona throwing some shells at Ashitaka. Big salvo against Scott. Did you guys see that? Took a big slap. But again, you know, just 9,700 damage left on that Arizona. He's not likely to take Skada down from there, especially because Skada's going to have help from allies. Bayern has his secondaries kicking off against that Gata. Gata is about 7 kilometers behind Skada. No big deal. Let's watch these. Are these the kill shot? Is this it? Oh no. No, just barely missed. Just barely missed. Another big slap against Bayern. That Arizona is doing a lot with their last few hit points. Yeah, the sap on the battleships, I haven't figured out the most effective way to use it. That is for sure. But I know I've been having a good time with the AP on the Caracciolo. So anyway, if you haven't been trying it, maybe you guys have been doing the opposite of what I've been doing, right? Which is I've been running APs pretty much 90% of the time. Maybe you guys have been running SAP 90% of the time. You know, flip it around and try the others, see how they do for you. Ismail is still kicking too, by the way, which is a pretty good feat. He kind of went invisible there for a while in the battle, went behind some islands, and I didn't see him for a long time. Otherwise, I would have loved to have thrown some shells at this down-tiered BB, but wasn't able to get it done. Duca Dosto over here. By the way, can we talk about this boat for a second? Not the most powerful boat in the world, but this guy is unabashedly shelling an Ismail from not very far. That Ismail should just turn around and delete this Duca who's in his cap. Dumasaurus on Twitch is asking about SAP. What is it? He says, I don't play boats. SAP is semi-armor piercing shells. So there are 2 normal kinds of armament in World of Warships. There are high explosive shells, which explode on the surface of the ship. They try to cause fires, or they'll penetrate and damage light armor. And there are details to this that I might gloss over. If anybody wants to chime in chat and correct anything, feel free. There are also armor-piercing shells, which try to penetrate the exterior armor of a ship and detonate inside a vital area of the ship. Semi-armor-piercing shells are sort of trying to be like an AP shell, but they will penetrate and explode inside lightly armored sections of ships or targets. Whereas an AP shell, an armor-piercing shell, might overpen, or that is, it might fly all the way through the ship before it even detonates. So the idea is that for lightly or medium armored targets, something like a SAP shell would detonate inside the ship rather than being an over-penetration, whereas an AP shell would just fly straight through and not do maximum damage. So it's kind of trying to be a great thing to knock out cruisers and things. Again, I will raise my hand and tell you, Clyde here, I am not the absolute expert on when all of the right times to use SAP are. Den Chief was just giving me pointers in chat, which again I appreciate. So like, yeah, definitely, you know, do some additional research if you guys are curious about those things. Looks like we're about to cap the enemy base, and that's a victory in the Caracciolo. Now I have 2 victories in that boat out of 6 games. Welcome, welcome. Alrighty, 67,475 damage, just 1 Citadel, 30 gun hits, and a lot, well, a couple of secondaries, more than I normally get in that boat. So that's what's kind of neat about the AP on that boat. I pulled in a 4th place finish right after that Duca, which is amazing. This guy must be amazing at Duca. He was having a heck of a game. And an Ismail takes our top slot. Congrats to him with Ashitaka. That's Skada in 2nd place. Little backhanded comment. Strasbourg, again, 13 main battery hits there, all of which were AP for 24,000. Arizona, I had secondary hits on Arizona. That's crazy. 7 for 15,000, right? So looking at what you can do with the AP in this boat, this one I just had 1 AP shell hit. Ismail was the Citadel hit that I got. Geta, 6,000 damage with those AP overpens. That's 1,000 apiece. And Charnhorst just a couple of main battery hits. So you can see that the AP on this boat is actually pretty worth using. So don't think of this as a one-trick pony with just the SAP. There are 381 millimeter guns, which is not uncommon at this tier. So they're not huge. They're not 410s. They're not, you know, bigger than that. Just be aware that those are available for you, and it's not just a one-trick pony with the semi-armor piercing. Cool. Well, that's a good battle in the Caracciolo. I'm glad for that. I'm going to update my captain's spreadsheet because I am a spreadsheet nerd. And because World of Warships does not have a good enough captain management interface. It got a lot better with the captain rework, but it's still not good enough. It doesn't answer questions for me, like which one of my captains is closest to 21 points. Yeah, not Odysseus gets it. They like a good spreadsheet too. Hey, you guys want a nice spreadsheet? Okay, let's go up to tier 8. Oh no, hang on, it's time for the news. We were talking about doing the news after tier 7, and I think we should do it. So guys, buckle up. We are gonna go do the news. Hey guys, today in World of Warships news, we've got a whole bunch of stuff. And guess what? The shark has been jumped. That's what happened this morning. Skada sent me this post and said, well, they've jumped the shark. Soviet aircraft carriers are coming to World of Warships. I'm going to say that again so everyone can hear it. Soviet aircraft carriers are coming to World of Warships. And they've even got pictures of them. This isn't an idea. It's not a thing they're thinking about doing. This is happening. And they've actually got quite a bit of information in this article about these carriers. But first, I wanted to take a quick look. Here are the names of the carriers that they've got. They've got the Komsomolets. I'm not going to pretend that I have any idea how to pronounce that accurately or well. They've got the Serov, the Poveda, and the Admiral Nakamov. So I was kind of curious about the namesakes for these destroyers. So I went and I looked for these what are these things? Aircraft carriers. I was curious about the namesakes of these things. When they named these ships, were these hulls that were maybe slated to become aircraft carriers or anything? Or maybe were they other things that were important to the Soviet Navy? So I went and looked at them. And I will tell you right now, I did not do exhaustive research. I hit Google for about 3 minutes before stream started. So there is more to learn about these names than I'm going to be able to share with you today. But Komsomolets is a Soviet submarine that was produced in the late 70s and then later sunk, actually, I believe. It sank because of a fire on 7 April of 1989, killing 42 people on board. So this is actually a namesake that the Soviet Navy has used in the past. So K-278. Obviously not an aircraft carrier, and there may have been other ships or boats of this using this name. So I just thought I'd share that with you. I thought that was kind of cool. Serov is a town that is in Russia somewheres. Here's a little map of it. It is, well, it's like right over here. They got rid of the dot when I clicked on the map, but you can see that it's the name of a town. And it's also the name of this guy, Ivan Alexandrovich Serov, who was a Russian intelligence officer who was head of the KGB in the 50s. I don't know if Ivan's a good guy or a bad guy or what people's opinions are on Ivan, but I thought it was interesting that he is also a figure who shares that name. Poveda is a budget airline in Russia. So you can, here's a Poveda Boeing 737 800. So apparently it's a place where they have economy airline. You could buy tickets and fly around pretty cheap. So I thought that was interesting. It's also a company that makes watches in the Soviet Union, or made watches in the Soviet Union. It's so like, these were like high quality timepieces in World War II and just after into the 50s, which I actually thought this was kind of cool. I'm not like a watch nerd, but the idea of like a high quality Russian timepiece is comical and kind of like interesting to me. And it would be something that's very foreign. Oh my goodness, something just happened. We've been raided. Oh my Lord. Welcome. Hey guys, we are talking about new Soviet aircraft carriers. You're in the middle of our news segment. Oh my goodness. You guys, Sea Raptor. Come on, you didn't have to do this. Fantastic. Welcome. Welcome, Raiders. I like this clever girl stuff. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh, you guys, wonderful. Welcome to the stream. Today we're playing World of Warships. Right now we're talking about Soviet aircraft carriers. We're going over the namesakes of these boats. There's so many sound effects just blowing up right now. My goodness. Thank you guys. Thank you for the follows. You're fantastic humans, probably. I don't know. Maybe we'll get to know each other through World of Warships. So Komsomolets, we discovered, was a submarine. Serov is a KGB agent, and Poveda is a budget airline, and also this line of Russian watches from the 50s. So maybe if you're into cool watches from the other side of the planet, if you're from this side, that might be something to look into. Admiral Nakhimov was an ocean liner, I guess, which is kind of crazy. So like if you're interested in boat history, check this out. It was German, and then it became a part of the Soviet, it became a Soviet ship after. These follow, I cannot keep up, you guys. Sea Raptor, thanks for showing up, dude, and bringing your crew. This is fantastic. Yes, actually we're getting there next. We are gonna go to, or no, that's not Serov, it's Chkalov. We're gonna get there, so hang with me. The other Admiral Nakhimov is a Russian battle cruiser. This is a boat you can check out on Wikipedia and other sources, but it's served starting in the 80s, right? So this is like, Russian battle cruisers are pretty nasty looking ships from the time. These follows, you guys, welcome, thank you. We've got this guy. So if we go back to our article, so here are pictures of these aircraft carriers, right? We've got Komsomolets, which looks like a cargo ship they slapped a flat top on, just like a lot of the Tier 4 ones do. And then we've got Serov here, which is starting to look more like an aircraft carrier. Poveda right here. And then we've got Nakhimov. If we scroll down a little bit further, there's Chkalov. So Valery Chkalov was a Russian ace pilot. This is the most interesting one. I'm going to spend some more time with this article and doing some more research on this guy. I think this is a really cool namesake for a Russian aircraft carrier. You guys, these follows, just keep them coming. I'm loving it. You guys are so fantastic. Chkalov is a pilot of some sort, served from the 1921 to 1938, so into the early part of World War II. He'll be an interesting historical figure to learn a little bit more about. So I'm going to close up that tab as well. Talking a little bit more about these carriers. Like we said, the game has totally jumped the shark, and of course there are going to be new boats and new things to research, so we should all look forward to this. The Soviet carrier is going to be a little bit different. Again, as usual, I haven't read all of the details of this. Yeah, Yanish, thanks for the follow. There's no way I can keep track with all of these. The sound effects are coming in. You guys are rad. This is fantastic. So the squad, each Soviet carrier squadron consists of just one attacking flight. I think what this is going to mean is that when you launch your planes, you attack once. There's no re-attack. You know, you're going to have to go back to your carrier, launch another squadron of planes. I don't know what that's going to mean for plane regeneration and things. It's something I'm going to be interested to learn more about as we go. They have a small number of aircraft in their squadrons, and that makes sense, right? If they're going to do one squadron. Hey Diego, welcome to the stream, man. We got raided by Sea Raptor. Sea Raptor is a CC for World of Warships. So again, Sea Raptor, thank you for the raid. Thank you for bringing your crew here, your family. We're glad to have them on stream. Soviet aircraft carriers are going to have a small number of aircraft in each squadron. That's fantastic because you don't want them to have 40 airplanes because that's one attacking flight. Beginning at tier 8, they're going to get rocket boosters, just like Issei and Tone. If you guys haven't watched my Issei video on YouTube, swing over to YouTube, search for Clyde Plays World of Warships, subscribe to me there, check out that Issei video where I demonstrate that rocket booster launch technique they use on Issei. Small amount of HP, low cruising speed. Low cruising speed's going to be kind of a rough thing. I can imagine a player is going to spend a lot of time flying aircraft from the ship to targets. So you might want to play your Soviet carriers up close. I'm really interested to see how this is going to play out because if your planes are slow and you only get one attack per launch, you're going to want to be as close as you can feel safe to the enemy in order to keep that cycle time down as you're dishing up damage to the enemy. I genuinely cannot keep up with these follow sound effects. My stream is going to be nothing but fist punch sounds for however long this is going on. Again, thank you, everyone. It's super great to have everybody here. This is absurd. Repair squadron consumable is going to be available to Povida's torpedo bombers and Nakimov's squadrons as well. So we'll see how that plays out. Decent ship concealment. Standard aircraft types at tier 4, and then they're going to carry skip bombers with HE bombs instead of dive bombers at tiers 6 and up. Fantastic stuff. Oh, hey, yeah, sweet. Twitch drops. Yeah, get your Twitch drops. There's no reason we should leave Jeff Bezos' money on the table. Take that shit with you. Here's the Admiral Chikalov. I think that's a kick-ass looking camouflage. I hope that we see camos like that on more than just this boat. That looks really cool. Okay, I want to skip over carriers. We've been talking about these Russian carriers for a while. I thought there was some interesting stuff to look up, some history there to have. So again, hopefully that was of use and interest to you. And maybe you're not a carrier fan and you're just like, seriously, these jokers just jumped the shark by adding imaginary carriers. There's a bunch of imaginary ships in the game. Let's just be chill with that, but let's see how this plays out. I think this could be interesting, and I think we're definitely going to see some very powerful aircraft carriers come out of this. If you haven't tried carriers yet, maybe these are the ones to try. Maybe they're going to be the ones I try. I like Soviet boats, but I don't like carriers. Maybe this is my year. I don't know. Okay, let's go on here. Ships are departing the game. There's no way you don't know this if you've been paying attention to World of Warships for a long time. These ships are leaving. I even made a YouTube video about it. If you go to YouTube and type in Clyde Plays Live Ships Leaving the Game, you're going to get a video where I rattle off some opinions. Some of my opinions are terrible. Some of them are good. As long as we're having friendly discourse, I'd love to have your comments in chat either here or over on YouTube as well. So friendly discourse, please. These are the boats. They're leaving like tomorrow. Like right now it's 10.4. I think tomorrow is 10.5's release date. So if you're going to get one of these boats, today's the day to decide. If I had to pick just one, it would be T61. I'm giving you the Reader's Digest version here. I like Haida and Z39 against their own tier. I don't like them against tier 9, but I think they're pretty good right now in ranked. So if you don't mind throwing a couple of bucks at those, I think it's a great pick. Lenin, Scotta tells me, is great. I'm not going to buy Lenin. I'm a cheapskate. I'm saving my money. Asashio is really cool if you like being a ninja and stabbing battleships from range and nobody ever seeing you. I'm a cheapskate. I'm not going to buy that one either. Graf Spey is a good boat, but I think by now a lot of people already have Graf Spey. If you don't know about Graf Spey, you are probably really new to World of Warships, but it's got giant battleship gun, well, mid-sized battleship guns from like the Scharnhorst on there. But it's pretty cool. Anyway, go watch that video. It's only like 5 minutes long. If you like that, it'll be fantastic. And other than that, I don't have much else to say about this, but I wanted to give you one more reminder. Thank you again for the follows. All you guys that are following, you seem to be wonderful people. I'm super stoked. This guy says, buy Lenin if you like Soviet boats, dude. I like Soviet boats, dude. You tell me I have to go buy a Lenin? Ah, okay, maybe I will. We'll talk about it. We'll think. Okay. Drevix, my man, welcome to the show. Excuse me, Dr. Evix. The doctor is in session. Okay, so anyway, ships are leaving and they're leaving tomorrow. So if you're gonna make a buy, let's do it right now, okay? If you're not gonna make a buy, don't worry about it. Consider this a waste of your time. Last thing, and this is old news too, or not last thing, second to last thing. This is old news too. I wanted to talk a little bit about friendly fire. It's going away. You can still become pink guy. So don't just go shooting your friends. I think like as soon as this happens, everybody's going to shoot their friends once. Hopefully we'll get it out of our system and then we'll be cool. You can still become pink guy. You can still get reflective damage. Go over to the World of Warships website, read about this, learn how it works. I'm not going to explain the details and the mechanics here, but just be aware that there's an opportunity right now for us to not become pink guy. You don't want to be pink guy. You want to be classy. You want to be cool. You want to be a contributor, and you want to work with your team to hit some victories and win games. You don't want to be shooting at your team. It's dumb. But they're making it a little bit safer to launch torpedoes these days. You can still get relegated and have to go play in co-ops though. So again, don't be pink guy. It doesn't make it okay to shoot your friends or your allies. Okay, enough talking about friendly fire. Here is today's top story. Okay, so this is it. This is clan battles restrictions. They're changing the ships that they're allowing us to take into clan battles. Check this shit out. Banned ships. I'm skipping that first bullet. We're going right to bullet number 2. Banned ships. Hakuryu and FDR are banned. You cannot bring these ships into clan battles anymore. Drevix, man, if this was Dungeons and Dragons, I would give you inspiration for that. That is a comical line. Thank you. You cannot bring Hakuryu and Franklin D. Roosevelt into clan battles. So this is happening. We haven't seen, I don't believe we've seen a full ban of any ship. I think we've seen ship restrictions up to this point. This is very interesting, and it's interesting in particular because these are two very powerful aircraft carriers, and it's going to make the choice of aircraft carrier a lot more interesting. Oh, that's true. George and Musashi did get banned. Nope, you're right. I was thinking about destroyers because that's what I was playing last season. But you're correct, Scott. Thanks for pointing that out. George and Musashi were also banned. But Hakuryu and Franklin D. Roosevelt, this is interesting because that's going to push people to run other carriers. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more midways, but who's to see what we're going to get, or who's to say what we're going to get when we ban these two boats? I think there's going to be some interesting options that show up in clan battles. Can they ban them for random and ranked too? Comment of the night from Blind Faith Blind. Thank you, Blind Faith Blind. I would love to see that. That would be fantastic. I would love to see FDR stricken from the record and everybody get a refund personally. But you know what? If somebody did that to my T-61 or my Grimiashi or something, I'd be bummed as well. Okay, let's talk about restrictions in numbers. You may now no longer have no more than one Petropavlovsk, Goliath, Venezia, or Stalingrad. My clan is not silver, or is not like super mega, Nebula League. So we're not seeing a ton of Goliaths and Venezias, but I know they're out there, and I know that high skill clans are using them. We've seen Stalingrads, we've seen Petros, definitely. And so seeing those ships get reduced to one is going to be interesting. You're still going to have clans that are going to have a Stalingrad and a Petro. So you're still going to have to deal with that heavy, tough Russian armor. And you're going to have to deal with two of them, but that's a thing to watch out for as we move forward. So this has been the news segment. Because we have a bunch of guests, I'm going to play the news music on our way out just for kicks. And then we'll go right back to port where we'll get into our Tier 8 match for the night. Thanks, everybody, so much. Okay, so that is closing it up for the news. We are back in port. Scott Ahert is working on his Shenyang, so we are going to ready up some Tier 8s. I really hope everybody who has decided to stick around this far continues to hang out with us. We're going to go for another hour, maybe two, and we'd love to have you hang with us and, BS about ships and things in chat. We try to keep things chill here. We love talking and about ship pros and cons, things like that. So by all means, stick around, be a part of the show. We're super glad to have you. Fantastic. Okay, so we are going to bounce up to Tier 8. And I don't know, what do I have at tier 8? I should be working. Oh, I just got my Akazuki, so I reset my Haragumo line. Thank you, WG Evan. That's my news intro. We like doing the stupid intros. It's pretty good stuff. I just reset my Haragumo line, trying to get some research points to get Vampire or maybe Druid now that it's coming out. And so I am working through this tech tree line again. And so I'm going to take this thing with me. Amaze balls. Oh, Evan, you work with Wargaming? That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Welcome to the stream. Rex of the 501. Glad to have you as well. Frankly. I just picked up the Ohio. It's been pretty fun so far. So with the Ohio, are you trying to run that as a secondary build, Odysseus, or are you just working and enjoying those 457s? Like, is it 457s on the Ohio or 460s? I think it's 457s because it's standard to metric conversion. Yeah. You're running secondary build? Of course you are. Of course we are. I can't turn that off. You just got to keep it, right? To honor the Massachusetts and the Georgia. All right, guys. Here we go. This is Akizuki, 100mm guns with special HE penetration. We're going to take this thing out here. Let's take a look at the matchup here. We got Shokaku and Parseval. Not knowing a ton about those carriers, I'm not going to make a call there. North Carolina is a wash. Kansas versus Massachusetts. I would take Massachusetts all day long. Bismarck versus Monarch. I would take Bismarck personally, but just because secondaries are fun, and Monarch and I lost a lot of games together. Amagi and Richelieu. I would take Richelieu personally, but I actually did okay in the Amagi. I don't think it's the most popular boat. Lenin and Bismarck. According to chat, I have to go buy a Lenin now. Albemarle and Albemarle is a wash, so I'd say Lenin for the previous one. Charles Martel, my favorite tier 8 tech tree cruiser. I love the Charles Martel. Hipper and Talon. I guess you have to go with Talon because it's a Hipper with radar. Let's see. Akizuki and Kid. Don't make me choose between these two beautiful beasts. Oland and Harakaze. I would go Oland, but only because I don't have a Harakaze and I don't know about it. But I love the Oland. Oland and I kill together. And then Shenyang and Oland. I'd probably still go with Oland, but I do like Shenyang as well. I liked those 8, 9, 10 Pan-Asian destroyers. I had a really good time. Scott says Harakaze's ton better and that I'm crazy. So he wins, I guess. I'll trust him. He's got all the boats. All right, I'm going to wander up over this way. Oland has got the lead on me. Oland is in the Human League. That's a fantastic clan name. Lugens der Orca. He says it's the Kagero with the Aki guns. And I always forget that. He tells me every time what it is. I have the Aki guns right here. Hey, thanks for the follow. What's the screen name? It is ECZ2425. Welcome. And thank you. Enemy has already entered into Delta. We've got some Olin torpedoes that are going in there. I'm guessing that's kind of a spray and pray random torpedo situation. I'm hoping Olin gets an eyeball. Oh, this guy's screen name is Kipton. As in, he is Kipton. Oh, that's fantastic. I love good screen. Wait, is there a space camo for the Olin? Oh, cool. Okay. Torpedoes going out there. Charlie Martle is getting rained on by these guys. I'm going to keep myself somewhat sneaky for the moment. Scotta says he has Olin space camo. I don't really go in for those space camos, but that red one looks pretty good, actually. I am going to swing here. Martel is going to leave my gun range. At this moment, I don't want to be too aggressive. I don't know what is all up in that Delta. Ah, okay. I did not play a ton of that big hunt game mode. It was too wacky to me and there were too many rules and I was like, I don't understand. I'm gonna play normal boats. I was taking it chill that day. It was a chill day. I was kind of hoping we'd see these jokers in Delta. Maybe I need to go in there and contest. Oland is being a damn hero in there. I'm gonna go back around and maybe go in there. I mean, you don't have to translate it for people. Like, yes, I'm old, and things do confuse me. They don't even have to be new things. They can just be things. Albemarle. Albemarle is a marble-mouthed cruiser. Oh, that hang time on these shells. I am not used to Akazuki. It has been a very long time since we have played this boat, and I can't hit an Albemarle to save my life. Plus, all you guys are watching. Okay, F this noise. Let's shoot this guy. That's much better. Let's get in there. Oland is dodging torpedoes. Alright, I got a fire. Okay, kid. I told you I didn't want to choose between my babies, but now you're here and I have to choose. Actively, I get to choose whether or not you live. Maybe. You punk. Get out of my river. I am going to request help from my team because communication is key. We're coming around on this dude. Should have chucked some torps in there and hit my reload booster, but I did not. Two shells, one fire. Yes, indeed. And I will never forget it. I will never forget it. I feel it. Yeah, raise your hand if you're old. We're gonna buzz over here. Oh, shoot. Here's Kid. Kid's getting frisky. This is not a situation I ever want to be in. A 1v1 up close with a DD that's got to heal. Guess who's torpedoing each other? All of us. I have to hit all the buttons right now. It's a good thing I shoot really fast in this thing. This poor guy is being very brave, but I think my rate of fire is just going to cut him down. Oh no, I turned too much and I don't have all my guns on him. Okay, okay, now run away. Let's try to live for a second. My goodness, that was absolutely ugly. I hope nobody saw that. Oh wait, Sea Raptor raided me and everybody saw that. Gah. This chat went south in a hurry. Hey, thanks for the follow, SFN. Okie dokie. Yeah, I just got absolutely trashed by that dude. Meraxic. I'll tell you, man, these 3-syllable screen names, that is, you were asking a lot. I'm gonna try it, but it's, that is a hard day for me. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. All right, see if we can get a little bit of Hellfire rain down on this busy. I'm gonna get into this guy's good old-fashioned American smoke. Or is this my smoke? I can't remember who laid that. See, I told you I was old. I'ma stay. Yeah, come for the Sea Raptor host. Stay for the shitty DD knife fights. All right, we're gonna slap up this Bismarck if we can. He's got the yellow tops. I like the yellow top Bismarck. I'm a fan. And I can't hit anything. That's true. He's not wrong. I did win. And you know what? That kid, bless his heart, just was absolutely giving me hell. And it was scary, but we came out on top. Just 27,000 on the clock. I am not actually good at the Akazuki. I loved playing this boat, but I was terrible at it. So I played 50 battles. I have a 38% win rate, which is like 20 or 15% below my overall average. And I only did 36,000 average damage. So the bar is low as I played through this boat the second time. When I played Akazuki, it was right when the Japanese DD line had just split. So I was, you know, this was thousands of games ago. And let me tell you, I have learned a couple of things since then. So I am anticipating that I am going to be a much better Akazuki captain. 3XO Matt, thank you for the follow. Super stoked to have you. I think I'm going to be a much better DD captain now. I will not accept your secondaries, Bismarck. My smoke says no. Okay, popping in and out of my zoom like this just constantly as a matter of course. We're just trying to make sure I can see what's going on around me. Remember when that kid snuck up behind me? It's because I wasn't looking around. It's also because he like snuck in through the frickin' channel on Two Brothers. We're gonna do this because I think Bismarck pretty much has to make that corner. It's either beach or drive where my torpedoes are, and he may choose to beach. He also may get sunk by my allies, and I'm okay with either of those options. I'm most okay with him eating torpedoes. Looks like he's going for the beach. Shore leave for the men on board the Bismarck today. That's all good with... I gotta go. Oh my gosh. No, death. Oland, you clever bastard. Oh, that guy gets an 07. Great job, Oland. Good torpedoes. Yeah, got him indeed. Got him. Oh, no. Hey, guys, I don't know if you're watching, but we're going to lose this battle. Clever girl indeed. That is exactly what just happened. Oh my goodness, 71,500 damage. I am not disappointed with my performance in Akazuki. This is only my second battle since re-unlocking it just last night. Or maybe it was the night before. We can pull it up here in a second. Is that Notch later? Notch later? We will pull it up in a second. Thank you for the follow. I missed the name, I'm sorry, but thank you for the follow. Let's see. I think we are all dead. Me, I'm dead. Scott is dead. Let's jump out of here. And we got another follow. Notch Later 09 is following. Now, Notch, I'm going to tell you, this is not my actual Akazuki captain. In fact, I don't have a good Akazuki captain, but I've been building this one as I go. When I reset to rebuild or rerun through the Harugumo line, I just threw this captain on my tier 5 or whatever. I free XP'd up to 5, and then I'm playing through the rest with this captain. This is what I'm running right now. I don't know that I would call this optimized. I do have a range increase, but I've only got 14 points. If I look at my Hayate, we can see my Harugumo captain, which is still in play. That's probably more like what I would run on Akazuki. No, it's not, because I rebuilt this to be weird and torpedo-y. So probably what I've got on there right now is better. At least for what I'm thinking for this. So I just concealment, when it's tier 8 or higher, survivability expert becomes kind of borderline cool for me. I like the idea of more hit points, and you know, at tier 10 that's 3,500 hit points, so you back off 700 from that. It's 2,800 at tier 8. That's not a bad thing to have. I like last stand on all my destroyers. I feel like that's a really healthy thing to have. You definitely want to be able to maneuver and get away. The Japanese DDDs are not, you know, the most duck around, escape, get around boats, but they're pretty useful. For one point, I had a hard time picking one. I was looking at main battery, and 11.2 turn time tells me I don't need that. It's not really a torpedo boat. I didn't feel like 10% on the torpedo reload booster was a huge deal. So I went with preventative maintenance. We know that shell gun feeder is stupid for the Akazuki, and incoming fire alert I don't think provides a lot of value. So yeah, I went with preventative maintenance. Sounds like Notch is cool with that as well. I could see somebody opting in for the 1%. 1% is not a huge percentage, but with as much as you're going to shoot the guns on the Aki, that's not a crazy pick. Again, I like to go with last stand, first time out. I don't think that Superintendent is a bad pick either. An extra smoke, an extra rapid reload is great. I went for hit points just because I like to be alive. I think something like Adrenaline Rush is going to be big, but 0.2% of a very tiny number is not a huge reload boost, right? So you'll get 5% when you're half dead, or 10% when you're half dead, I guess. Yeah, I'd have to do some math. I can't remember. But regardless, when you start taking fractions of 3 seconds, you're not getting a lot for your 3 points. So I felt like the hit points for me were going to be more valuable. Somebody else might make another call. Somebody else might be right. I went and looked at the top one here. I grabbed Concealment Expert because it's the destroyer. I want to be sneaky. This thing's got to be a sneaky boy. And I added range. I don't know if you need range or not, but I went with range. And I think it's probably a good thing. It puts the guns out to about 15 kilometers, which honestly is probably a kilometer longer than you need. And I like it myself. So if I had a few more points here, I'd probably look at maybe Adrenaline Rush, or maybe it would be Superintendent here. That would put us up to 17 points. I could see picking a torpedo thing or two. Swift and Silence I kind of like on Japanese destroyers, but boy, is it expensive. And if I've got 3-4 point skills, life gets pretty expensive up there looking at that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about there. I just thought we'd kind of have a little chat about that. Notch, good question. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see main battery specialist. Get that reload time down. Again, 5% of 3 seconds isn't a really long time, but it's a little while. So anyhow, something to think about when you're talking about your captain. I think it's worthwhile kind of considering what other folks are doing. You know, if there's a different layout you guys run, you know, hit me up on Twitter. I got the handle up there. Tweet me a screenshot of what you guys run in Akazuki, and I'll kind of dust that off and take a look at it compared to what I normally run. Okay, let's roll up to Tier 9. Tier 9, I'm working on about 1,000 boats. We were talking about DD knife fights, so I don't think I can take anything except for the Ostergotland. That is what we got to run because it's my tech tree destroyer that I'm working on. We did just unlock the ZF6, but I think I want to play OG. So we're going to do that. We got a Schultze from Skada over there. I don't know if Drevix wants in the div. Oh, he does. Let's get Dr. Evix in here. Everybody, can you say something nice about Dr. Evix in chat? We're bringing him into the division today. And I'm going to go crack the door to my office because it's really hot in here. You don't actually have to say anything nice about Dr. Evix. It's hard to come up with nice stuff to say about that guy. Let's go. That might that probably is true. Here we go, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Boats of all ages. We are looking at a tier 10 battle. We've got Midways in here. We've got Hakuryus in here. Curve Firsts and Vermonts. I've broken bread with the man. All right. Double Lennons. Ah. Everywhere I turn, I just see the Lennon. My team has an average ship XP bonus over the enemy team. We've got a little bit better average account XP, so we should have a small advantage in this game. I don't know if we're going to win it or not, but here we go. Grant Y is chiming in. Thank you, Grant Y. Thanks for being a part of the show today. That's fantastic. All right, no, I don't want to play that side. I hate that side. Oh, I have to play that side. Shimakaze's on the other side. Fine. I don't like playing the A side of this map. I just don't. There, I said it, but I'm going to try it. Ostergotland is a lot of fun. It is the OG. It is 6-kilometer detect. You're looking at 13.5-kilometer torpedo tubes, and I believe these torpedoes are not slouches. They go 95 knots. So if you can get 95 knots out of your torpedoes, you should. This little guy does pretty good work. Like all of the Pan-Euro destroyers, we're not looking at any smoke, but we do have a turbo AA booster. That's this little boy right here. It's actually called defensive AA fire, but if you hang out with me, I'm going to call it turbo AA. We also have a turbo booster, or an engine boost, on this ship. It's the standard 8% that you see on most destroyers. And a repair party, 14 seconds of 189 hit points per second. And then that guy reloads in 80 seconds, which is a pretty standard reload time. We're going to get up here in the OG. I'm going to kind of play mid, see if I can keep eyes on stuff. With the carriers, I could have kind of a tough day. Hakuryu is a pretty good DD deleter, and that is something that I don't want to have done to me. But it could happen. It's okay. Donskoy, that's Dr. Evix, has come to my side. You can see him over here on the mini-map. And we do have Schultz, that's Skada. He is checking out the other side, supporting the Shimakaze that is running over that way. With respect to caps and things, we don't see a big threat on Alpha yet, but I'm going to guess the enemy might be going in there. Drevix is using a radar. I have my AA turned off. but there's a healthy chance the hack is gonna find me. Maybe not. Oh, it'd be so cool if he flew over there and Donskoy dumped all of his airplanes. If that happens, I'm gonna feel real confident about tucking into Alpha here. The hack is gone. Whew, all those airplanes are toast. I'm gonna hit my turbo booster and get in there. This is a bit of a gamble. This is one of those things when you steam into A like this and you are unsure of what's in there. Now, Donskoy used his radar. That gives me a little bit of intel. I'm not sure that there's not a destroyer on the other side. Oh crap, now I'm being radared. But I'm pretty comfortable feeling like there's not much going on in Alpha. So, we're gonna dive in there and see if we can't collect this cap. I am under radar. I'm gonna guess. I don't even know who it is. Chapayev is on the other side of the map, but maybe I'm within 12 of the Chapayev. Is that their only radar? Vermont Hakuyu. Yeah, it's Chappie. So it was only Chappie. I'm cool with that. I'm going to stumble on in here. And they've got a Hindenburg and 2 Lennons on the backside. I can deal with those guys. Hindenburg's rate of fire is a little higher than I would want. I want enemy cruisers that shoot every 45 seconds. Since those don't exist, Hindenburg right here's got me on acoustics. But I know he's on the other side of the wall. I don't know if he's still there. He could be moving towards the back door where I'm steaming, or he could be coming the other direction. I've got an Austin out the back who's covering for me, but I don't know if Austin can see over there. If he can, I should be pretty safe. Or at least I should at least see the Hindenburg before the Hindenburg sees me. My guess is Hindenburg went over here towards where Donskoy is entering the cap, and that is going to put Powered in a dangerous position, Powered being Dr. Evix. Now, Lennon is coming around here. He's just 9.6 kilometers away from me. That's well within my torpedo range, and my torpedoes are speedy boys. Check this out. We're going to drop this cap, and I'm just going to keep powering right out of the end of this thing and try to chuck some torps right into this guy's mouth hole. If I can get him in there, he's going to be very upset. Well, he won't be that upset because they're pan-Euro torps that do 45 damage each. But he won't be pleased. We know this. Yep, Hindenburg was in fact going towards the inner entrance to that base, or to the cap. And so he is not my problem over here. That means no acoustics on this side of the entrance. And it also means that I should be able, provided, you know, Lennon doesn't know where the A or D keys are, I should be able to torp the Lennon. Now, my guess is he's going to turn. In fact, he's already doing it. And it's probably because he knows I was coming out over there. I don't know. We'll see. Looks like maybe I'll get one on him, but if he's... Nah, no chance at all. No chance at all. So in that case, I'm going to wait here because look at this. It just says 45 right here. It's not 3 minutes like Shimakaze or Grozovoy or Hayate. It's 45 seconds until I can try again. And he's 9 kilometers away. With my detectability of 6, I've got tons of time before I need to worry about this guy shooting me up. In fact, is he in reverse? I might just go sail towards him. What's he going to do? Battleship me? Of course, now that I've said that, I'm definitely going to die. Gata. Or Summers, I mean. Excuse me. Why did I say Gata? Maybe because I'm unable to read. I never learned to read. Lennon is just getting absolutely hounded by these guys. Lennon's coming back forward. I'm going to put one there, and then I'm going to do a wide spread there as well. Then I think I'm going to kind of head back through the cap. I think we're going to need some help mid, so I don't want to leave these... I don't want to be focusing on these ships out here that don't matter. I want to focus on ships that can threaten my team and my chance to win. Summers torps, man. Summers torps, the living's easy. You didn't know you were going to get a song today, did you? Well, you did. Hey, all right, we landed one. Woo!
All stations reporting the
And then just to add insult to injury, just like a little spice on top, we're going to shoot this guy as we leave. I should have put those further back on his superstructure, but I'll take that extra 281 damage. I earned it by using my Ostergotland guns against a Lennon. Okay, we are going to barrel across Alpha just as quick as we can, and then we're going to come out here and try to surprise those dudes. In fact, we're going to hit our turbo booster to get there quicker, so I don't got any time to waste. Destroyers are busy, folks. We got lots to do. There's no sense in just jacking around. We got work to do. Especially in the OG. I've only got 8,000 damage on. My average in this boat's about 50k. I've got a... what do I got? About 4% higher than average win rate for myself against my overall win rate. So that's pretty good in this boat. Me and the Ostergotland get along pretty well. The 50k damage in this thing is green, so I'm not, you know, Unicum or blue or any fancy boy colors, but I feel like it's a boat that gets along with my playstyle. Now, Hindenburg's right here, and he's going to have something to say about what I'm all about. Yeah, Vladivostok needs to get out of there. Over here. He's pinging where that Summers is, and he should be working on an escape plan, in my opinion. This is a little bit risky. What is this crap that Drevix is pulling? Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Oh, did you hear that? I bounced shells from Hindi. Write it down. Call my mother. Tell her that I bounced shells from Hindi. Go. Run, little OG, go. You're not going to do it twice. This guy's telling me to get back. I'm like, yeah. Oh, man. My precious hull. It hurts so badly.
Fire.
I missed out on Smallland. I did not have enough. It was free XP, I believe. I did not have enough to get the Smallland, so I'm super sad about that, but it's something I'm going to have to deal with. Mom, get the camera. I'm kicking ass at World of Warships. I don't know if I'd say that was kicking ass at World of Warships. 33,000 damage isn't exactly the biggest. Hindenburg goes down. I'm going to say a big thank you to my team for making that happen. I have taken the exact right kind of damage, and the way I can tell you that that is true is look at how big this little healable section is on my hit points bar over here. I can heal a ton of Ostergotland damage, and I can do it here very, very soon. But, well, 40 seconds. Not quite as soon as I would like. We are cleaning up. This is not going to be a red letter game for me, but my team's taking the win, and frankly, that's the most important thing right now. In fact, that's the most important thing in every World of Warships game, is to win. And I'm prioritizing that over all else. So hopefully here in 20 seconds I can get my heal on. Schultz is back on this side of the map with us. Kurfürst is with me.
Much obliged, Commander.
Kurfürst did some good helping out there. And here we go. That is a beautiful camouflage on the Schultz. I love these Iron Cross camos, man. Is there a cooler camo that World of Warships has made? That is pretty high on the list, if you ask me. That's a good looking boat. The one on the, like, that same camo on the Pommern is just chef's kiss. Oh, hull repair's back. Chat, you gotta help me out with this. Yes, yeah, tell me my hull repair's back. I'm bad about this. We got Summers coming up around the corner. Austin has hit his acoustics. I'm going to say thank you to this individual. You are a good person. And I'm going to go take B because that's what I do. Oh, Austin is just turning in on this guy. Good acoustics by the Austin. Look at this, fantastic. Not only is he up close, but he's got his acoustics. Oh no, he just took a big hit. We are expecting more torpedoes from our friend, the Summers. And so I'm really hoping that Austin lives and we can get what we need from that guy. I'm gonna try to help out with the killing here. I'm not gonna get much done, but there we go. That's an F11. We've converted that radar, or not radar, but that acoustics usage. That was what we call a successful radar or acoustics conversion. We were able to use an acoustics module and we turned it into a kill. That is definitely the way to be thinking about some of those sensor modules. It's not as common with acoustics as it is with radar. Radar conversions, we should try to be striving for that as often as possible. To where, you know, when I can use my radar, it's not just me who can shoot the target, but it's my allies as well. We want to be able to triangulate this MFer and get them killed, because every time I use that radar, it's an expensive consumable. You don't get very many. They don't reload very fast. You want to make sure that gives you the most benefit possible. And what is that? It's a dead destroyer, right? So that was a great usage of acoustics by the Austin. And the Summers was really pinned down. He didn't have a lot of choice. So, you know, I feel for that guy, but, you know, when he's on the enemy team, it's Just the game, right? We're trying to dump that guy. Tough position we put him in. Austin dumps the Chapayev as well. That's also worth an F11 from me. Good show, old chap. Trying to not sail out of the cap. There's the hack. We found him. He is over there. Frankly, I would rather be fighting the Vermont right now. But let's go get him. My job is really going to be to stay within 14, 15K of this guy and keep him spotted until we're done. So, good game. Pretty middling performance by me. I don't expect I'll be high on the scoreboard there. However, I will try to get some airplanes here. Oops, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Airplanes will help me on my scoreboard journey. Nom nom nom. We're going to kill these airplanes. Who's he dropping? Is he dropping me? Ah, poor fella. He didn't ask for this. It was the Hakuryu that made him attack. Is Hack sailing towards us now or away? No, he's still running. Kraken unleashed! Good job, Mock Dragon. Grats on Kraken. Good job, sir. Or madam.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on normal alert.
Let us continue on our pursuit of the Hakuryu. Nice. All right, and that is game. Victory in the Ostergotland. Now, I was talking earlier on stream before many of our guests arrived, and we talked a little bit about a comment that I'd received on one of my YouTube videos. I have a YouTube video about the Moskva, and I had a person ask me on that video, they said, hey, Moskva or Yoshino? And I answered that I would take Moskva over Yoshino personally, but I think that I've seen some Yoshinos played well recently. So I wanted to take just a couple of minutes and look at those boats. I think in the future, I'm going to do a YouTube video about all three of the tier 10 coal boats, and we're going to talk about those boats and what their pros and cons, strengths and weaknesses are. But I think real briefly, I wanted to look at those two boats and talk about them. Now, I am not an ace at the Yoshino. I've only got about 20 battles in this boat, and we will go over this here real briefly. What was the scoreboard? Oh, just God, I didn't get to see the scoreboard. That bug has been affecting you, dirty dog, you. Thanks for the follow. The scoreboard is going to put me low, so I wasn't particularly interested. Oh, I was middle high, and you were top guy. So top guy to Skada, congratulations. Oh, you did see it. You were just being a snarky dork. I gotcha. Powered mid-pack, and me, I'm going to say upper mid-pack. I think I earned that. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Detailed report. I landed some torpedoes. Okay. Let's talk just briefly about Yoshino. I want to talk about its main battery. We'll talk about its torpedoes because that's relevant on the Yoshino. And then again, at another point in the future, I'm going to take a look at Yoshino, Moskva, and Salem, and we'll talk about all these boats. We'll look at strengths, weaknesses, why you would pick one over another, and then maybe put some gameplay in there. So Yoshino 310s, 16.3 second, so 310 millimeter armament, 16.3 second reload with 36 millimeter or 36 second 180 degree rotation time, 29% fire chance with a 52 millimeter armor penetration. Now this is all with my captain and my configuration. If you're curious about that, hit me up on Twitter and we can talk about it. 220s, so much smaller guns on Moskva with a 9.1 second reload. So this is a really different set of guns. The rotation time is about the same, 32.7 seconds. 19% fire chance is 10% lower than what you see on Yoshino, and it's a 37 millimeter HE pen compared to the 52 millimeter HE pen on Yoshino. So Moskva has this DPM, it's got this rate of fire benefit over Yoshino. It's a better destroyer killer, it's got radar, and so on. We'll talk really briefly about Yoshino with its torpedoes, because I really want to just get back into another game. But like I said, I do want to talk about these three boats, because I think this is an important and interesting question that people like to ask. 4x4, so it's got dual launchers on each side. Oh, they're down. They're tucked in. They're in these little slots on the side. So it's got dual quad launchers on each side. These are 20 kilometer, 62 knot torps, and they do 21,000 damage. So a little bit less damage than something like Shimakaze. And they're slow, and they go really, really far. You won't hit things at 20 kilometers. I mean, you might, but like that's not what they're for. That's not how to use them. It is an interesting armament. I don't find that I use my torpedoes very often in Yoshino. Others might find they use them a lot. I don't. I shoot mostly at longer ranges with Yoshino. I treat it sort of like a Lazo or a Rune, and I throw HE out. You're going to get very used to hearing the number 3,800 when you hit stuff with Yoshino, because that's how much damage it does. Doesn't matter how many shells you hit. It doesn't matter what target you're shooting at. 3,800. 3,800. Fire. 3,800. 3,800. Fire. 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 3,800. That's what's going to happen with Yoshino. Moskva gets fires too, and it gets almost twice as many times it can cycle its guns. Not quite. As often. It can shoot almost twice as often as Yoshino. It's going to get the decent number of fires as well. But for me and for my money, I think having the radar is worth more than the torpedoes. And I think the tankiness of the Moskva over the Yoshino is worth making me saying that I think I like the Moskva a little bit better. Yoshino's good though, and I don't want people to walk away from it, but don't ever be broadside and close to anything in the Yoshino. You want to be north of 14, 15 kilometers away at least all the time, because you'll just get absolutely citadeled to death. Now, for tier 10, what's the boat we want to take out? You know what? I think I will take Yoshino out, because if my YouTube viewer is here who asked that question, then they've already seen the Moskva video, and I will take out Yoshino and we'll see how I do. I am not a Yoshino expert, but we are going to go and do it. Armor Ghost says Yoshino over Moskva bar if you have a leg upgrade for Moskva. I'd like the legendary upgrade. Yeah, I do have the legendary upgrade for Moskva, so that definitely is what makes the reload that fast. I believe that is the trick. Let me double check. If I go to the equipment on Moskva, that is a really important thing to mention. And legendary upgrades are the suck to get, because now I think they're only for research points. So yep, you lose traverse speed, but you gain 12% on reload time on 220 millimeter guns, that's a difficult boost to get. That's a very good point to make, to point out, Armor Ghost. So thank you for that. And again, you know, like I want to. Hey, no worries. Hey, this is Chris. So you're the guy from the YouTubes. Welcome. That is cool. I'm glad you're still here and hanging with us. I'm a big fan of both of those boats, but I like Moskva more. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not the best at either one of these boats. I'm okay. Okay. I don't know that we're gonna go out here and have a great battle in the Yoshino. So you know, definitely do your research. Check in. There are other people who make great content online and stuff like that, and I don't think anybody needs to be told this, but like definitely, you know, check your sources. Go and see more than one person and see what they think. But I'm a big Moskva fan, and when Yoshino came out, I was kind of a fan of it too. I played, like I said, about 20 battles in it. There you go, Sea Raptor, for example. He streams apparently before I do. I don't know if you've heard of Sea Raptor, but if you have, maybe consider checking out his stream. If we have enough time, we'll definitely dive into Moskva. Armor Ghost says Yoshino's better, so that's cool. I like to see folks who've got these other opinions, and that's one thing that's really interesting to me, is really getting in there, talking about the different attributes of the boats and figuring out what it is that people think is what do people think is this is why I like this boat. I really like this boat for this reason. You know what I mean? Dude, I love Zhao, and people are down on Zhao these days. Look at this battle. There are 24 people in this battle. Nobody's playing the Zhao. That makes me sad. It's such a good boat. But it's just because I've been playing Warships forever, and that was like my first tier 10 6 years ago. Yeah, and if you're a successful kiter, this is a good boat to kite in. Yeah, not Odysseus. He gets it. He gets Zhao. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging with us up to this point. We're going to do a couple more battle. We're got plenty more time to play tonight. So we're going to stay on here for a bit. And we can maybe do a Moskva battle as well. That's a good point, too. Moskva does well in competitive modes. The radar makes it a really good team play ship, right? That's for sure. And you can do a little more pushing with something that can take some hits like that. Whereas Yoshino is not as much of a... I'll say this, and Armored Ghost, if you want to disagree, that's all good with me. You know, I don't think it's as much of a boat that's going to carry as hard. It's going to set up... it's going to weaken ships for other folks to deliver kills and things like that with the fire chance and stuff like that. But I don't know, Armagos, what's your thought on that? Okay, so in this battle, I want to lean over towards Alpha because I want this big open ocean area for me to sail around in. Yeah, but Atago's got that short range. I don't think you're wrong about it though, because I like the way its HE hits. It does hit solidly. But that Atago's only got like a 15.6k range, and this thing you're looking at 21.3. Of course, that's the tier 10 part. Maybe that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I hear you there. So, if you were gonna buy either the Haida or the Eric Lowenhart, which would you get? Well, so you're asking me, and I'm a destroyer main. So I would probably get the Haida. Yeah, I figured that's what you meant. Moskva can carry. Yoshino doesn't carry as well. I think there are going to be players who can carry no matter what boat they're in. I am not one of those players. Omega X Colt asks, Lowenhart or Haida? I think Lowenhart is more OP than Haida, but I'm a destroyer main, so I might say Haida, but Lowenhart is OP. Yep. Yep. Scott has nailed it exactly. The default range is terrible. You can get a captain perk to raise it 20%, and that'll put you up in the 14s, Soldier Man. So get your captain up to where you can get the get your captain up to where you can get that range boost. You're gonna want that on gearing. Yeah, no worries. I can show you my gearing configuration after this battle. If you stick around, remind me, and I'll pull it up. And then we can throw stones at it if people think they've got a better idea. I'm all about it, but I've had a gearing config for a few months that I'm kind of happy with now. I am not hitting this Yoshino out here, but he's kind of at the very edge of my range. Skip bombers from Immelman over there. Yeah, Lowenhart. I mean, there's a few of these preems that I don't have Lowenhart either. And I'm like, maybe I should get it. Maybe I should get the Lowenhart, but maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. We'll see. Oh my gosh, our Kleber already got dumped. Why is he going towards the enemy? Stop it, Kleber. You're way too close. He's like 7 kilometers from that Henry. What is he thinking? Kleber, no! You should be doing what Yoshino does. Hey, thanks, Armor Ghost. We appreciate you being on the stream. We'll catch you next time, maybe. 6,700. I told you guys I was only going to get 38s. I don't know what happened there. I'll try to get a 3,800 next. We are going to throw some more shells at that guy. Boy, Henry's fast. Look at that. I don't understand, guys. I've never seen numbers like this. Now watch me get like a Kraken in Yoshino after I was like, nah, Moscow all the way, guys. And then I get a Kraken in Yoshino or a pizza party or something. Deadshot CW, thank you for the follow. Super glad to have you. Kaba's going to be tough to hit, so I'm going to stick with these big ships because I'm farming fires. Yoshino loves to burn stuff, right? It's one of these kiting boats. And I want to farm fire, so I'm not going to try to hit that Kaba. He's going to be too fast and too wiggly for me. But I can hit a curve first all day long. So I'm going to keep shooting this guy. And I already got a fire on him. 22,700 damage on the clock. My average in this boat is about 69,000. And my win rate is a little low. It's about 6% off, 6.5% off my overall. So me and the Yoshino, we're still getting to know each other. But we'll see how we can do here. 27,000 damage. Kurfürst either put out his fire or he let it go out. I'm guessing he put it out because I just put that fire on him a second ago. I'm bringing my guns around. You can see these front guns are still swinging. So I've just got the back turret in play, but I'm way too close to that Kurfürst. And I do not want to give him a broadside. I talked about the Yoshino's side. It's squishy. And we're down 3 ships from the enemy team already. 4 ships overall. So I got to put some distance between me and Kurfy before I give much more side. You know, Kurfürst is not the most accurate boat anymore, but it still hits. And when you get hit by a Kurfy, it's got those big old mains, dude. They can dish it up on you. So you want to be super careful. I'm going to turn here, and I shouldn't. I just told you guys I shouldn't do this, but I'm doing it anyway. Mostly because I think Kurfy's going to die, and I want to get a little bit more on him. Nope. Shoot. All right, I'm going to give that guy a well done. That was our Kremlin. Good shooting over there, boss. And then I want to come back around and duel it with this Henry. I think we can work on this Henry and be a part of it. Earlier, I was getting 6 and 5 and 6,000, 7,000 damage on that guy. Oh, and there's a Yamato over there. I don't want to get Yamato'd. That sounds like a bad idea. Does my... Yes. Yamato looks like it's a big, easy-to-hit target, though. Cristobal Colombo over there. We lost eyes on the Yamato. This is another good ship. I talk a lot about the Lazo is a really great boat for learning how to use the spotting plane. Spotting plane is a weird trick. It's different than regular shooting, and for a long time I didn't like it. Like I turned really hard, didn't I? I'm definitely gonna miss. But if you can get good at spotting plane, you can use it. Oh my goodness, my team is trying to catch up real hard. I'm okay with this. Oops. It is a skill you can use, and I won't say I'm the spotting plane expert, but boy do I like to try. Powered's up there in the Yu Yang. We got Conqueror over here with Skada in it, and I think because I'm leaning back this direction, I'm gonna try to help my boys out on this side of the world. I got a fire. I think that was on Stalingrad. Salem, huh? I like to focus up on that Salem, so I threw a ping on the mini-map there trying to communicate with my team. Salem probably doesn't have gun range on me, so let's... Oh boy, those are APs. Watch out. Ow! There's a 17,000 damage hit. Did you just catch that? Big stuff. 3,400 damage on the Salem. Now that's more like what I'm used to. I don't know why, but this boat does a lot of that. I am getting pursued. Big Citadel or big AP ships know that the Yoshino is easy to Citadel, and they will pick you. I don't want to say it's the Nuremberg of Tier 10 because I think that's actually too harsh. But you need to be very careful about the way you're driving to make sure you're not becoming a victim to those Citadels. We are losing this game so hard tonight. This is not going to be a victory. Salem looks like he's stopping or slowing down. I'm going to put the shells right on the bow there. We'll come around here. He just took a torpedo. That's great. He is in reverse. Start turning my guns the other way. As I swing around like this, Henry is going to have an opportunity to hit my side, as is anybody else who's over there that I can't see. Maybe even Yamato, but Yamato kind of looks like they went back down to the south. Okay, I'm going to try to keep working this Salem. I'd like to see that kill happen. I don't know that I should be turning around and going this direction. But maybe we can sort of solo that. That's not a mod. You can actually turn that on. It's called the Alternative Battle Interface. And you can find that in the options. So that's not a mod. If you hold the Alt key down, it'll bring up the hit point bar and stuff like that for you as well. But I just have it turned on all the time. Oh no, oh no. I don't know if there's somebody in that smoke, but we're gonna throw some torps at him just in case. This is not gonna be good. Oh my gosh, that should have been so much worse. 8? I do not understand these numbers. I've never gotten an 8,000 damage salvo in this boat. So maybe I need to play the Yoshino more. Oh, there's why I sometimes don't. Oh my gosh. I'm not able to kite right now because we are absolutely ensorcelled by evil enemy ships. I bounced pretty good at that angle, although this guy's going to move forward and dodge all my torpedoes.
Торпеды за кормой.
Hey. Boys and girls, it's been a pleasure. It's been an honor serving with you.
Пожарная тревога.
97. Are you kidding? I'm not getting any more. I'm going to stop at 97. I'm so close to a pizza party. Oh my gosh. You're killing me, Smalls. I gotta wait to watch these torpedoes, folks. If they hit, we get pizza. Let's see what happens. Shima is absolutely positioned. I think I've played against Just Dodge before. Shima is absolutely positioned to not get hit by torpedo. Oh no. Okay, okay. You almost broke my heart there, Shimakaze. But because they're 20-kilometer torps, we have to continue to watch them. I'm sorry to say. Unless they just kill this Goliath, which is definitely going to happen. I was ripped off. So check this out. The enemy team had 5 Unicum players on it in ship. 5 purple players. We had 5 yellow players. That was not good. Although I will say, I walked out of that with 100,000 damage, almost. Not quite. We didn't get to enjoy the pizza party music, but maybe if we are lucky, we will have a chance to do that. So that is a pretty dang good battle in the Yoshino. But I wasn't able to push. I wasn't able to, like, destructoid stuff. But she's a fire slinger, man. Let me tell you. We don't do an actual pizza party, no, but we do play the pizza party music, and there's confetti that falls, and it's very special. And we will not, of course, we will never, you know, violate the sanctity of that by pressing the pizza party button when we haven't earned one. However, I would like to have pizza, so maybe I should get some pizza. Yeah, I need a small Scada pizza party thing. Scada, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess we could. Pizza party for Scada? All right, we'll do it. Just this once. Pizza party for Scada's 135K. Everybody, let's celebrate. Hey. There we go. Okay, tiny pizza party. It's done. Very special day for Scada. That makes me feel better. All right, Odysseus. Hey, thanks for joining us. I mean, excuse me, not Odysseus. Let's get that right. Thanks for joining, as always. Very glad to have you. I'm glad you stuck around for the pizza party. Okay, guys, let's run a Moskva battle. I want to hit another tier 10. We'll do the contrast, right? We'll run this one. Make sure it's kitted out as I, oh, hang on. We were talking, somebody was asking about gearing earlier. We were talking to Soldier Man. That's right. Yeah. Let's go check that out real quick. Gearing. Now this is, again, as I will always qualify, this is my configuration. It works for my playstyle. I primarily play gearing in competitive mode, so I play it in ranked or clan battles and things like that. And I've built my gearing out to be a torpedo ship. Now, we talked a little bit about the skill where you're going to get more gun range, and that's this one right here, main battery and AA expert. So if you want to run more of a gunboy gearing, you're definitely going to want to plug this skill on there. And I think in randoms, that helps a lot. The way I play my gearing in competitive is I don't use the guns a ton, except to deal with enemy destroyers up close and personal. So for me, 11.1 works just fine. I spend a lot of my battle slinging torpedoes at heavy ships and avoiding radars, right? If you want to go a little more gunboy, you probably throw this on here, and you may cut back on one of these others. You might not do Swift and Silence, and you just do the main battery expert and leave the rest of this the same. You could, of course, add Pyrotechnician if you want a little bit more fires, but 6% to 7% just doesn't feel like a big enough jump for me. So others might disagree, but that's kind of how I run mine. At tier 10, again, Survivability Expert I find is really valuable. 3,500 hit points is a whole nother salvo I can take from a cruiser or battleship, or maybe half a salvo depending on how well they hit me, that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to not use them unless you're, actually within range. You don't want to be hoping that they're going to drive under your shells and stuff. But definitely, that's an option to consider. Is going the gun route here, which I think is a popular enough build. It isn't one of the ones that has a little, marker on it. I think and only this one is the torpedo, the one that's the only torpedo skill that's recommended for gearing. But I still think that, I built mine out as kind of a torp boat. I skipped preventative maintenance. This is sacrilege. Some people think this is like super critical, and I decided to go with Liquidator instead. And the reason I felt comfortable skipping this is because I went with Last Stand, which still gives me a little bit of control of those modules, even after they get broken up. So anyway, that's my build. Hopefully that's useful for you. If you're, Scotta points out this might be a good Benham setup. I agree. I think this works for things like Yugamo, right? I think there's a lot of boats where this sort of torpedo build is pretty healthy. And I have 2 more points that are coming in, right? So when I get 2 more points, I don't know exactly where I'll put them, but we'll find a home for them. So anyway, that's gearing for me for now. But we are going to go and take out Moskva. Now, there's no guarantee I'll have as good a Moskva game as I had Yoshino, but hopefully we'll at least win the thing. Yeah, radio location is not a bad skill either. I started using it on a couple of boats recently, and I like it, but it feels expensive. I don't know. It's pretty good. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, and I think that's a common pick. Like if you have like what's the preventative maintenance one? That I think would be the more common pick there. And I think it's not a bad choice. I don't think you're going to be sad that you chose preventative maintenance. So that's a solid pick. We got a Republique, we got a Moskva, we got a Summers, and we are going for it. Tier 10s, baby. Okay, it's an all tier 10 match. Yes, this is a 2018 division, back when French battleships were new. Moskva is so cool looking in this green and black camo. And we just enjoy this thing. I'm gonna throw a link to my Moskva YouTube video. The one that led to us talking about this boat today. I'll throw that in chat for us. If you guys are interested in checking it out, feel free. And of course, if you'd like to subscribe over on YouTube, I usually put out a video every Friday. And hopefully that's something that y'all enjoy. Moskva's fantastic. What did I just have a, oh, there it is. Soldier Man 2006. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I've got a gearing video over on that on the YouTube site as well. I have my little Clyde mascot drive up in a Camaro. It's pretty badass. But or Firebird? Camaro. I think it's a Camaro. But yeah, if you're interested in some gearing video, there's one of those over there too. Okay, early match. Moskva loves getting burned to death by things like, Gearing or Holland or Wooster, Thunderer. So early match, I don't want to be too aggressive. I do want to keep my eyes peeled and be paying attention to opportunities, places that are going to make sense for me to park this boat. Yeah, cool. And no worries, no rush. If that's not your thing, I get it. But if you're into it, I'm there making videos. We got a video on the Orkin coming out this Friday. There's a bunch of whale jokes. if you're really into whale, if you're into killer whale jokes, you're gonna really be excited about Friday's video. Let me tell you what. Okay, so I'm gonna maybe creep up to this island here in Gulf 6. That's G6, and we'll see what we can do. About that. Oh, sounds fishy. Could be. Could be a little fishy. Petropavlovsk. Now that's like my arch nemesis. The Moskva was the tier 10 super cruiser. It was the boat that everybody loved. It was the one people accused of being an extra battleship in clan battles. And now Petro's here. It's like my evil stepbrother. Now my parents love him more. It's terrible. Hey, Nemo WI just claimed a Twitch container. I'm hoping that all y'all are claiming Twitch containers. Please take that stuff. It's free. Go get free stuff. I guess Twitch drops. Are they missions now? They're not containers anymore. I keep collecting them and not paying attention to what they are. There is Shimakaze. Maybe those will connect. Seems like low odds, but we'll find out. Now, if Wooster steps out, here he is on the minimap. If he backs up in front of me, he's going to spot me, so I will get spotted. But if he doesn't, I will stay invisible. So I will know, even if I don't see him, I will know if he's stopping out. I'm going to come over here to this next island and see if I can't help keep the shots rolling on these Petros. Petro shoots like every 17 seconds. I think they're 300 or 305s on that big old tub, whereas the Moskva with the legendary module shoots every 9.1 seconds with 220s. So I should. Now the trouble is, of course, I can't shoot over these islands because the muzzle velocity on this boat is way too high to arc that much. Now that was a perfect window where I almost got shots through, but then I didn't because the hill went up. But what I want to do is get over here, and this Montana coming right at me is perfect. I can sit here and sling HE at this guy a ton, and when he turns and gives me a broadside, I should be able to try to switch to AP on him. And because the reload is so small, it's not punitive at all on the Moskva. I should be able to keep and switch. I'm going to switch to APs now because I've got this opportunity. And then if he keeps turning, I can switch back to HEs, and it doesn't cost me much. Let's see if I can actually do anything. Oh man, I shot while I wasn't zoomed in. Those are going to be inaccurate shots. See if these things do work. It's 4,400, which I'm going to say is a decent hit. I just took a big bow hit from the battleship, but that's not totally surprising. I don't love taking those big hits from Montana if I don't have to, but if he's going to sit there and keep sharing with me a broadside, I'm going to keep taking advantage of it. 1,700 is not a great figure. Should maybe switch to Petro and try to close the deal on that guy. I might be able to get more damage out of Montana. We're a little worried about this Montana salvo that's coming in on me. Oh boy. Oh, it wasn't too bad actually. Got torpedoes going for Petro, and now I'm too close to the island. So I might have to switch back to Montana. Now this island is forming an impenetrable bit of armor between me and all these ships over here. I've segmented myself off from the battle. Hey, Wazoni, welcome to the stream. If you're just joining us, we are super glad to have you. We're trying to convert Wazoni over to PC. Right now he's playing on console, so you guys want to encourage him to join our wonderful community, please do so. Yes, radar can happen. Sorry, Drevix, I don't know how long you've been asking for that. Seems questionable to me. So now I'm backing up here. Copy that, man. We lost sight on Montana. I've only got 16K on the clock. It's a little bit light. Wazoni says they're saving money for their PC. Hey. If your 12 console's okay, I guess. Wink. There's a couple of folks who stream World of Warships Legends online, and there's some folks who play that game. I'm not gonna play two different games, but if you're just getting started, you know, I of course I'm biased, but I think PC's where it's at. But I don't think those are there's no world in which those get over the mountain. Clyde, I can't play British heavies for the life of me. Welcome to the club. Yeah, British heavies, man. Here's the thing: is I've been working on my Surrey, and I keep doing well in it, but I just hate playing it. I don't like it. It is the opposite of fun. But like, I had a 80,000 damage match in Surrey and ranked this afternoon, and I'm like, why? Why does this keep happening? I need to figure out how to make it fun at the same time. I don't think I'm really particularly good at them, but because they're frail, right? You can't make any mistakes. They've got similar. I mean, that's sort of what I was griping about with the Yoshino, and maybe that's just because I'm a bad player and I don't angle very well. That was a bad shot, I think, on this Wooster. I should be getting damage on that guy. But instead, I'm not getting damage on that guy. Okay, so we have a really dangerous situation. Take a look at our ships, and look at this beautiful arc the enemy has placed us in. It's a warm hug of murder and destruction. We are going to get, I'm going to say messed up. I'm going to say we're going to get messed up by the bad guys here. So what I'm thinking we need to do is get out of this situation. Remember how I said earlier that Woosters like to burn Moskvas? Here it comes, people. What is my detection range? 14.1. Oh, this stupid Petro is spotting me. We kill this guy. I would like that. Yes, it is very much a group hug. I call it a horseshoe because it's a horseshoe of pain, and it is not muy bien. It is terrible. El terrible. Alrighty. Get off my junk! Frickin' Wooster! Oh, I'm just backing up into a different boat that's going to murder me. Okay, detectability is currently 14.1, which means there is a DD within that range. My radar is most of that distance. I'm going to give this a shot. And no destroyers. Look at this huge radar range that I have, and our DDs are not inside that range. I'm going to go over here to help our Shiki fight this cur first, because I think we can beat these 2 or 3 guys over here easier than we can beat. Hey, that's a fire kill on that guy. Thank you. Montana is over there and armed and hammered. That is a hilarious screen name. Congratulations, Montana. You might have the best screen name of the night. Armed and hammered. That's terrible. I love everything about it. Use that hull repair now because I might not have time to use all of it. We talked about Yoshino having a weak side. Moskva isn't the best armored ship from the side either. It's got these big flat panels. One of the advantages Petropavlovsk has over Moskva is that it sits super low in the water. And its citadel has an extra band of armor on it that Moskva doesn't have. Because Russian tier 10 cruisers weren't super cruiser enough, we had to go and give them even more power. Okay, coming around here. Conqueror just took me apart. What a jerk. Dude, we are struggling in Moskva today. So I just told you that I prefer Moskva to Yoshino, and look what just happened, right? We got absolutely throttled in the Yoshino game as well, but At least I played a little better, did a little more damage. Oh, F off, Montana. I don't like your screen name anymore. I was lying. I just wanted you to feel good. Oh, come on. Trying to see where that Wooster is right now. He looks like he's about right there. I switched to APs, and I don't think I'm going to have a good angle on him, but we're going to find out, aren't we? If he's overconfident, he might be in here just totally sideways.
Обнаружен крейсер противника.
Ugh, bouncers. That was a bad weapon, ammo switch.
Запрашиваю огневую поддержку.
I can't win an HE spam battle at point blank range with this guy. I needed to be able to Citadel him. And I'm not getting that chance.
Пожарная тревога.
Внимание, обнаружен эсминец противника.
Please don't hit me,
Неполадки
Montana.
устранены.
So that encirclement the team had on us and the slight ship advantage was a real rough situation that we found ourselves in. And it was tough to get out of it. And the Armor Ghost, I'm not sure which commanders you're talking about. So no. But yeah, the Moskva is not able to extract, at least I haven't been successful in extracting the Moskva from those kinds of scenarios where I feel like I'm getting surrounded, right? So I found myself really kind of stuck in there, and I had to find a place to be. Stepping out there, getting picked off by Montana, and not a surprising end for me, but not a good one. My average damage is 64k in this boat. I only did 43, so boo. Not the best battle I have had in the Moskva today. Summer's over here. This is Drevix from chat, if you know Dr. Evix in there. If you're not, you've met him now. He's over here trying to get a little bit of work done on this Conqueror. I definitely would appreciate it. In the meantime, our Conqueror is basically a magnet for everything. And he's going to take all the damage. Fender Mender. I've played against Fender Mender before, actually. That's a great screen name as well. New screen name champion, because I don't like that Montana anymore. Good shot by the Montana. I just was disappointed that it nuked me. Summers is our last person. Solo warrior. Solo warrior. But if you plan to solo warrior, I'm going to leave and get into another battle. So, make your pick. He's in all chat, challenging the enemies to a duel. What tier do we want to go to next, guys? We've reached tier 10, and now we can take a look at what's going to come up following this. We usually start low and walk up high, and at this point we can kind of bounce around. I think maybe I should go back to a tier 9. I've got some tier 9s I got to work on. So not great for me. Yeah, you want to turn it up to 11? Mid-pack for me. Scott, looks like he had a rough game as well, so tough day for him. But Powered by Rice, bringing up top slot. Yeah, I do not have an Ohio. That is those are two boats that probably belong in tier 11. I don't have either one. This is all the junk that I have at tier 9 that I'm just like, whatever, I'll finish this stuff someday. Look at all of these. All the ones that are tagged here as primary ships are boats that I need to keep playing to get done. Rune is the closest one I have to tier 10. I've been sitting on this boat for years. Are you talking about those captains, Armaghost? Oh, these new Japanese captains. Did they put some new ones in? Are these new? Takeo Suzuki's been in for a while. Hasn't he? Or are these new? If they're new, then that's news to me. I've learned something today. It's cool. I need to come in here and get a Victor Lutjens. Lutjens. Ah, that's cool. I didn't know they were new. I'll have to look into them. Are they special in some way? Oh, look at this. They are special boys. That's cool. So Takeo Suzuki, survivability expert, is a little enhanced. Repair specialist is slightly enhanced. Survivability expert is a little bit enhanced. And this guy is the same 3, but you can get him for dubs instead of coal. Raiso Suzuki. I'd have to go with Takeo. This guy looks angry, and that's the way I like my captains. Furious. It's pretty good. That's good to know. I'll have to look into one of those and think about what ships that makes sense for. That might be good for Haraguma when I get back up there. Okay. Let's do... I'm gonna do Rune because I'm close to finishing Rune. Come with me, guys. We're gonna go Rune. Rune is not dissimilar to Yoshino's playstyle. One thing that's nice about kiting in the Rune is it's got 2 turrets out back, so that you can kind of have, you can be waggling your back end, the aft of the ship, and firing 2 turrets instead of just 1. We'll see how that plays out today. Yeah, that's probably not a bad call. I think I run my Yamamoto on Kitakaze right now, which is not an optimal place for him. I should get him onto Yamato. Although I'm only on Uzumo, so I got more work to do. Because every time I get a battleship to like tier 8, I'm like, whatever, and I go back and I play destroyers again. It's just my way. I'm getting to be a more well-rounded player because I'm just running out of other ships to play, right? So I have to go back and play these ones. Okay, there are 10s, but there's not a lot of them. Yeah, I bet he'd be good in Z52. He's good in secondary boats too, from what I understand. So let's take a look. I'm not going to comment on carriers because I'm not a carrier expert, but if somebody cares to make their pick of which one they like best in chat, I'd love to hear it. Thunderer in Vermont. I don't like the idea of these new U.S. battleships, but as we talked, I don't have them. See you later, Armor. Welcome to have you, or glad to have you as always. Thunderer, I would take. I don't have Kremlin, but Kurfürst is fun with its secondaries. Kremlin's going to be sweet and overpowered. Pommern, definitely I would take Pommern over Lepanto. It just seems like that'd be a ton of fun. Drevix has got the Izumo and Lepanto. I haven't played Lepanto, but I actually kind of like Izumo post-buff, so I'm a big fan. Yoshino Goliath. You're talking about those British heavies. I feel like maybe the answer here is Goliath, but for me, maybe it's Yoshino. I don't know. I'm only on the Surrey right now. When I get to Goliath, I'll let you know. Rune and Riga. I don't I don't love either of these boats, really. I've been doing a little bit better in Rune lately, so we'll see how that goes today. Baltimore and Hipper. I love the Baltimore. It's one of my favorite tier 8 boats. I love the radar. I love the mains. It is a tough little boat, so I love Baltimore in that matchup. But Hipper is stout, pretty stout. It's got great armor. I think there's a lot of reasons to like Hipper. Black, Z46. I think Black is just overpowered and nonsense. You have to take it. But Z46 is a very serviceable destroyer that can get a lot of work done. It's got acoustics out to 5.5 clicks. It's got smoke. It's got turbo booster. And it's got good guns. So do not sleep on Z46. That is a worthwhile ship. Even though I know the German DDs are not really in the meta so much right now. ZF6 is really powerful. I need to play more games in it before I can be sure, but I do like it a lot. Ostergotland I really like as well. Love the reload booster on ZF6. I love everything on the ZF6 except for its speed. It's a little bit slow, but that's also true of the OG. Friesland and Ostergotland. I'm a torpedo person. I gotta have my torps. It's just like that cereal commercial, but Friesland is pretty dang good, and you can do some silly things in Friesland. So that's a fun mix. I think Ostergotland's is a really good general purpose destroyer, but Friesland is very specific at what it does, and you know, we'll see how people go. Oland and Harakaze. Scott was telling me Harakaze is the victor of that very same matchup earlier today. I'll have to trust him on that, Akazuki guns and such. But the Oland is a great boat as well, or Uland. Okay, we are in the battle now. I am over here kind of overwatching Charlie. We've got an Oland over there, an Uland, and I've got a radar cruiser that are creeping up, and they're going to need my support. Vermont is with me, so you get to shoot 30 times this map, Vermont, if you didn't waste any. Good luck getting those shots out there. Whatever you do, don't miss. You've already missed out on 6 opportunities to fire because we're 3 minutes into the battle. People love those big slappy boy battleships though, so there must be something to them. I think I just suck at pointing and clicking on things, so maybe they're just not for me. Yeah, I'll play. Let's do it. There's my nemesis. The Riga is the ship that was across from me. Oh, we just lost sight on him. Crap. Wasting my spotter plane. Why can't I target him? He's within range. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's just barely out of range. There we go. Riga. Let's play Riga. Riga's got way better guns than me. Oof. He's being super invisible. Chalk has piped up. We got Chalk over on YouTube. He's talking about, until the CV rocket changes, I prefer Shikaku since its rockets are really good at killing DDs. Good torpedoes as well. Otherwise, the AP bombs versus HE bombs. Lexington's HE bombs are definitely easier to use, but you rely on RNG for fires. That sounds like a pretty sound analysis and like what I would expect. And you're right, that rocket change for CVs is going to be very, very challenging. I'm very interested to see how that's going to pan out for us and whether or not that's going to make destroyers impossible or just harder to hit for carriers. Right now, I feel like a skilled carrier captain can really come in and nuke a DD and slap them really hard. Of course, I feel that way. Excuse me. Of course, I feel that way. I'm a destroyer captain. Obviously, I have to take the side of the DD, but I do wonder if that's going to be a little too difficult for the carriers. So we'll see how the community reacts to that by way of learning how to deal with the new shooting, which is coming in real soon now. I do not have range on that guy anymore, but I do have eyeballs and range on Riga. So we're going to put our eyeballs and our earballs to work here, getting Riga shot up. I'm going to tell that guy I am supporting him. We're going to work on Harakaze. Keep changing targets and not hitting any of them. I've just got 14 hits so far. I think all of them against that Palmer. Excuse me. Despite the terrible German fire chance, I feel like Rune's opportunities for fires are pretty good because it shoots so frequently. Oh, what is this? That is nonsense. So my acoustics are 4 6s. That's 4 kilometers for torpedoes, 6 kilometers for ships. I'm going to use those to try to watch out for those OG torps as I make my spin around here. Couple of shots for OG as we part. I don't know that that's going to get much. Oh, that was a decent hit, but only 2,400 damage. Because my back pair are so far back, I was able to get 3 more hits even around that island, which is kind of special. And we burned out the OG. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Chalk is pointing out that he watched another streamer creator, web creator person, and his opinion is that skilled destroyer players will be able to dodge rockets just kind of like their torpedoes, so it should be much easier to avoid a CV in a 1v1 situation. That's kind of my read on it as well. Time will tell exactly how that feels for me and other players of varying skill levels. So I'm very interested to see how that's going to play out. I think, of course, as a destroyer captain, I'm very excited about this change. I think it's positive. We know that carriers are sort of running roughshod over the match. Flamu posted some videos that showed some charts from Wargaming internally a couple of months ago that you may have seen, where we talked about just exactly how overpowered carriers are and how Wargaming's not planning on changing that. This actually is a change that should reduce the impact on the battle that carriers have on destroyers, which are the next most impactful class. So I think this is a step in the right direction for overall game balance, and I'm really hoping that we see sort of a return to power, if you will, of the destroyer player there. Doesn't really help battleships or cruisers against carriers, but I think there are possibly some other things there that can be tuned and tweaked over time. I am low on damage. We got just about 19,000 on the clock here. Our whole team is clustered in this corner. Look at this. We've got a warm embrace here. Again, we've got a horseshoe that is forming around us. However, I'm looking at these ships and I'm thinking that we've got a pretty good group here. In fact, we have more ships than they do. And as they come in one at a time, I'm feeling a little more confident about our ability to break out of this horseshoe than I did in the last battle where we were outnumbered. I think, where's that Goliath? There he is. This Palmer, and if I had my spotter up, I could dump this Palmer. And so he's up in 10 seconds. If Pom Pom is still alive at that point, I'm going to join the fray. He is healing, so I think there's a very good possibility that I'll be able to get in on some of that and maybe help us damage him through his heal. Because he's already up to 10,000 hit points again. Oh no, he just got slapped hard. I might come in here and nick somebody's kill unless they get it first. Nope, there it is. Okay, good deal. Now I'm going to switch over here to the goalie. Goliath is a heavy cruiser that should be able to dish it up on my rune if I'm not careful. And as I'm steaming this direction, I'm kind of driving into this horseshoe. I got to be very careful. I'm kind of on the front lines here, which is not where I want to be in the rune. I want to be in the back line shooting at these guys while they have other targets that are more interesting to them than me. I want to use my allies as a shield. There, I said it. But my allies should know this. I'm in a rune. It's a soda can with a couple of guns stapled to the top of it. And so I'm really not able to be... I'm not able to tank very well. We got a Yoshino back here with me. He's doing the same thing I'm doing, which is trying to put a little more distance between him and the enemies. And I'm going to focus on this Hipper. If I can get a couple of good hits on this guy, maybe get a fire on him, we can really help the team out. Hipper's a good target for me in particular. That was a bad shot because I think it's going to help us to, there we go. I think it's going to help us to open up one side of this horseshoe so we're not so encircled, right? I want my team to have opportunities for escape, basically, and to not put us in a situation where we've got to worry about multiple flanks and not being able to angle against more than one target. As Hipper is turning away, our Vermont goes down, which then again puts me as one of the closest visible ships to the enemy. Not great. I'm going to hit an island, also not great. But I am distant enough from some of these guys that they can't all hit me, and we are pushing them a little bit away. They've got 2 caps, we've got 1, and the ship counts are tied right now. Scores are about even as well. 532 on my side, 581 on theirs. We've got to close the deal on a couple of these kills. Oh boy, that's not going to help. Kremlin, you can just F right off, buddy. Nobody asked you. I want none of your sass. Hull repair, immediately please. Yikes. And I am going to turn until I am skinny side towards the Kremlin. Because I do not want to be seriously right now. And this guy's leaving my range. I'm going to call him out for my team. I don't care who kills that guy, but somebody needs to do it. Okay. Throw in a couple of these what are these 152s? What are the size of the guns on the rune? I think they're 152s. They might be 200s though. I don't feel like 200s if they are. Kremlin has his guns trained on either me or the Yoshino. He is looking this way hungrily for his next citadel, and I don't want to give it to him, not for free. Okay, I am out of range of those guys and invisible. Is he blind firing me, or is he shooting? He must be shooting Yoshino. Let's watch these come in. Oof. Lucky lands over there. Yoshino manages to avoid the citadel, and that's good. I mean, obviously, I don't think Kremlin or Lepanto are snipers. I don't have either boat, so maybe somebody can correct me, but yeah, Chalk says they're 203s. The HE is pretty weak. I don't think the AP is that much better. Oh, is it? Okay, I'll have to try some more of that then. I've been treating it as kind of an HE spammer. I'll switch it up here. We'll try to AP this. Lepanto's probably a bad target, but we'll do it anyway. I trust Chalk's recommendations. That's 4K. That's not bad. Hipper goes down. Somebody slapped that Lepanto. That was good. 974. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. See, now we are encircling them. We are the ones creating the horseshoe. Although it looks more like a fist of anger over here. Just a battleship fist of anger. The fist of hate. Okay, switch back to my HEs as we... Actually, I'm going to go back to APs as we roll up on this Goliath. Let's do it. Okay, looks like we're going to secure this one. We've gotten the second cap back, so Bravo's back in our hands now. And as we approach the carrier, where is their carrier? I feel like I have not seen airplanes in a very long time. Average damage in the rune for me is 63k. That's in the green range on WoW's monitor. Oh, that's cool, Chalk, thanks. Chalk says rune can get 10,000 damage salvos if you hit the upper belt on a broadside battleship just right. So that's something I'm going to have to try a little bit more with the rune. That's cool. I am looking at 63k for my average, which is in green. We're at 67.5 right now if I round up just a teensy little bit. And we are rolling in here with my Izumo and Lepanto in tow. I like to see Clan Rect coming in to represent and be a part of the final, portions of the battle. Those of you who've watched the stream before, oftentimes I'm the first guy dead, but we try to keep the play-by-play active and pretty heavy at that point to keep it entertaining. But there's plenty to talk about World of Warships. Positioning is a big deal. He's still turning, isn't he? Oh yeah, he's turning like big time. Big time turning. We do have a destroyer out there. I'm gonna hit my acoustics and crank the wheel over here a little closer to my Izumo buddy. See if we can't be there. Yep. Reading your mind, buddy. I got your acoustics. At this point, this game is probably just a cleanup on aisle 5. I mean, we're looking at 950 points here, 38 seconds until victory if nothing changes. And the enemy team is, they're trying to play as tactically as they can. They might want to scrape up some damage. There is a chance that they could tear this victory back from us. I don't think it's likely. There goes our curve first. They've got a minute 13 now. But they could. So we got to be careful. We got to be cautious. I start swinging my guns around to the right side of my ship. for this Goliath approach. I am spotted, which means the destroyer is like up in here somewhere. So we got to be careful of that. There's Goliath. He's reaching out to touch me here. Got a little piece of him. One overpin and a bouncer. No big deal. I should have kept my guns on this side. I guess I was expecting to see that destroyer. And that's game right there. We managed it. Hey, Fuzzy, welcome to the stream, man. Always good to see you. How you doing? Concerned Doge. I don't think I have a Concerned Doge emote. Is there one? Doge? No. There must be one somewhere. I am okay. We had a great stream tonight. I should say I'm really good. We had a really great stream tonight. We had we got raided by Sea Raptor, and so a bunch of his crew is here. It's fantastic. Yeah, good, great stream. We got a bunch of new friends today. I'm very excited. Well, that was Rune, and we won! How are we doing tonight? Boy, we are... hey, fellas, about that win rate. Not so great. I want to bounce down to tier 8. Let's just walk down the old tiers here if we can. I think we got time for a couple more battles. So if, by the way, if there's any boats anybody wants to see or we want to talk about boats, I don't have a lot of them. Scott, well, I mean, I have a bunch of boats, but Scott has a lot of boats, and Drevix has a bunch of boats too. So if there's something you would like to see in particular, we can uncork it, see if we can find one in the division. Otherwise, we're just going to pick stuff we think is fun and interesting, or maybe boats we're leveling. So by all means, chime in. Let's chat, as it were. I should play Richelieu. Richelieu! But I kind of want to play Ochakov, because Ochakov wears a tuxedo. Check this beautiful tuxedo out. We could play Bismarck. Yeah, I'll play Biz. I'll even let you help me pick the camo. It'll be great. Where is Bismarck? Bismarck. So I have Cathedral Bismarck camo. I also have Yellow Top camo with realistic battle damage, which I think is a rad camouflage. And I also have Yellow Top Clean Boy camo. And that's it. If you have a preference, Wellbang 42, we will pick. Otherwise, I think I'm going to go with Yellow Top with realistic battle damage. Because look how sick that looks. Unsinkable Sam Bismarck. I don't have Unsinkable Sam. Do you have Unsinkable Sam Bismarck? I mean, we could go Trips Bismarcks, which would be absurd. Oh man, I'm sorry, I don't have it. Hang on though, I gotta train my captain real quick. I think I have a configuration. Let me double check my files here real quick. And we can do this rapidly. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, I haven't done it. Okay, we're going to do it rapidly. But that's okay. So it's Bismarck, secondary style battleship, which means we're going to die a lot. So I want my... Let me take a real quick look at my equipment. Hull repair on this thing, reload time is 120 seconds, which is a long time. If you take a look, and you guys are gonna hear me wax poetic just for a second here. If you take a look at your favorite and mine, Massachusetts, which is super broken, the reload time is 40 seconds. Okay? Let's think about what that means. 40 seconds and then you get 331 hit points a second for 28 seconds. Bismarck. Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. But still, Bismarck is 80 seconds, but it's a bigger heal, 346 damage per second. So not much bigger, but a little bit. But it reloads half as fast, and that's because Massachusetts heal is broken. It's super awesome. So that that 80 seconds is what we'd be enhancing with this. I think I'm going to hit that just because. Gun rotation on this thing is 36 seconds, which is pretty dang slow. And because it's the Bismarck, we're going to be in close, which means we're going to need to turn more degrees than fewer. The further away your target is, the less you have to turn your gun. The closer your target is, the more you have to turn your gun in order to get the adjustment done. So I think I'm going to go with that. I like a good survivability build, but I also like a good secondary build. So we are going to go out with secondary range. We are going to do dispersion, maybe. Close quarters combat. We're going to do a little bit of math. Not much, just a little bit. And we're not even going to do the math. We're just going to talk about concepts. Concepts. It's getting nerdy in here. We're going to talk about concepts. What's the concealment? 15.9. Do I even bother? I want that one. I only have 6 more points. I love a survivability build. I really do. What do my secondaries go out to now? They go to 10.9. Secondary battery reload time. That's only an activated mode, though. The reload time is all the time, and it can be activated to fix your main battery. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that one. I think we want that one. That's going to make my secondary battery reload time go down to 3 seconds. If I turn that off, it's going to be 3.4 seconds. I'll take that. That leaves me with 2 points left. And because aircraft carriers are a scourge on this planet, I might need AA damage. Or I could take more acoustics time. I think I'm going to go with AA damage, and maybe someday in the future we'll fix this. Team, people, crew, this is not optimized. This is what Clyde did in 2 minutes. But we can certainly talk about how to do a cool Bismarck captain someday. In the meantime, we got realistic battle damage battleship here. At one point, I went and I rehired or recruited a bunch of captains to where all of my German captains were named Hans, and this one is Hans Oettinger. So today's Hans today will be Hans Oettinger. My German carrier captain is Hans Zimmer, who is a guy who makes music for movies. It took me a long time to get that one, but I knew I could get it. Okay, we've got a Shenyang, a Charlie Martel, and my Bismarck. I'm no Bismarck expert. I don't know how this works, but let's get out here and we'll do it. It'll be fun. Hey, all right, 8's high. We get a pick on 6s. Woo! I'm coming for you, Issei. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, battleship captains of all ages, battle damage. I don't have the torps. I have the Biz. I could have brought the Bismarck. I could have brought the Tirpitz, but I brought the Biz. We're doing things for Wall over here. We got a request. This is just such a cool looking camo. Look how sick this looks. So cool. All right, battleships, we are starting in somewhat slow. I don't want to get steaming way out there ahead of my team and just get picked off by bad guys or burned to death by the enemy. They do have a tier 8 carrier. We don't have a tier 6 CV in here. We got to be careful. We'll say good luck to our team. That's fun to do. I really like this battle damage camo on the hood. I think it's a really, really good looking camo. It's blue and red. It looks neat. I don't play the Bismarck as often because I do own Tirpitz. I do own Odin, and of those 3, Odin is my favorite because Odin is most like a cruiser, because I'm not really a battleship guy. But Odin is just, it's got faster reloading guns. Kind of reminds me of Scharnhorst, which is another German BB that I love. I do like battleships. I don't know. I say I'm not a battleship main, but I do like battleships quite a bit. So I am a fan of a large number of them. So I'm waiting to kind of see what we spot out there. We're getting some ships. We got a heavy push, not a heavy push, but we have 4 ships that appear to be heading up to Charlie. So I'm going to lean that direction. I also like the idea of fighting those ships. It's down-tiered battleships and another Bismarck. So I think that'll be okay, especially if I've got some support. And it looks like over here, I got a Colorado, I got a Fubuki, I got a Gasolina, I got a King George V, I've got a Perth. And I trust Skada to get in there and get that cap done in B, because nobody is as tenacious as that guy when it comes to taking caps. And there is Galissoniere. Let's talk about how inaccurate these guns are. But man, they did get a lot better. That's actually a pretty tight grouping for the Bismarck. Did I lead the Gasolina enough? Boys and girls, that looks pretty good. Okay, I'll take 5K. 5K is good. Unhealable damage. We're going to try it again. That guy does not seem to know about the rudder. His engineer should tell him. He does know about going fast, though. That guy's booking it. Let's follow these shells in. Let's see if we can do it again. Oh, baby, check it out. Woo! We done did it. Yelcha. Hey guys, if there's blood around here, can I have the first one? Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks guys.
Much obliged, Commander.
I totally stole that kill. Somebody else earned that, and I was like, yoink! Sorry guys. But to be fair, a 17 kilometer, 16 point something kilometer shot from Bismarck to nick a kill like that is, I should get an achievement for that. Did I steal it from you, Charles Martel? Drevix is accusing me of stealing the kill. Bam! We did it. Let's see if we can keep killing bad guys. That'd be fun. Shores is coming up over here. Shores is like pseudo-stationary and broadside. Don't want to do that. No, he's backwards. Driving backwards, I guess. Oh, come on now. I want to see him when he dies. Yes, that's a good hit. What? 5 overpens? How dare you, sir? I demand a refund. Ah, okay. That's fine. Actually, I'm almost within secondary distance. Of course, Shores is a great fire spammer. I used to make fun of Atlanta by saying Shores was an Atlanta where you could stay alive. It's not quite that powerful, of course, but it does have the ability to shoot from safety. Can I shoot this guy over the mountain? Oh, definitely not. Okay, that was a waste of ammo. All right, what about this Nelson? Nelly Nell over here, what's their deal? Nelson is quite citadelable. I was watching a potato quality video the other day where he demonstrated this, and I was like, oh, good to know. Its armor layout leaves a little bit to be desired, but if you can stay bow on, you'll do just fine. All right, Icarus is within secondary range. Let's get him cooking here if we can, or is about to be. Devonshire, now that's a ship I'd like to Citadel. Oh no, he's driving too fast for me. Come on, secondaries. Woo, we did it. Okay. Dynasty. I'm gonna put my secondaries on Devonshire and keep my mains on the big threat, which is Bismarck. You down with Bismarcky? That's not how those words go. Not even a little bit. Bismarck and I are about to exchange words. I heard he said something to my kid at school, and I am not having it. Yeah, let's get in here. Let's see if we can't... I got more hit points than him, right? So I'm feeling a little frisky. As long as that Nelson doesn't get in the mix, I should be able to win this fight and kill that Devonshire. So that should be no frickin' problem. Alrighty. Oh, did I miss the screen name? It didn't pop up on my screen. Anyway, oh, there it is. Wow, thanks for the follow. Alright, gonna put my secondaries on Bismarck because I want to finish him off here while he's low without letting him get in and get healthy. I got allies supporting me on Bismarck. Obviously, I want to take that kill. It'd be my third one this match, which is setting up the beginning of something beautiful. Oh, that's fine. It's about the win, right? It's about the win. That's what we've been saying. I want to shoot this Nelson next. Here we go. So 25k on the clock. My average in the Bismarck is not great. I am not the best Bismarck captain, but I have learned a lot about warships since I played this boat very, very long ago. I've got an average of 47,800. Right now I've got let's say 26k on the clock. I'm going to swing my guns around because I suspect that Devonshire is either going south, in which case I want my guns to be on this side of the boat because I'm turning, or it's coming north, in which case I want my guns to be on this side of the boat because he's going to come up right there. If that's the case, I want to be ready for him. It looks like he went south. So again, either way, my guns were going to the right side. And you want to start that rotation as early as possible. Obviously, a lot of you guys coming in from Sea Raptor stream, you're probably longtime players. You know a lot about World of Warships. If you're not thinking about these kinds of things, maybe you're newer to the game or you haven't thought about how long it takes to actually rotate your guns, by all means, this is something to start thinking about. Because it takes forever. Now that Devonshire knows what he's doing. He started turning as soon as I spotted him. And look at that. It caused me to miss with a ton of shots. He dodged, basically, and I fell right into his trap. He knew what was up, and he did a great job of evading my shots. So bravo to that guy. I don't want to keep chasing these guys. I want to fight over towards where the real battle is. This is sort of off in a corner that doesn't matter. I hit Nelson from here. Maybe I can just stop here. Wait for Devonshire to come to me. We can get this dude. We can get this dude. There we go. Shatter shell. Devonshire tactical beached. They're just nose into the rocks over there, so that is not going to happen. I am going to move forward. This is going to be a low damage game. I think my team is just going to clean up. They're cleaning house. And the carrier is going to dump that Devonshire. I mean, definitely kept me from getting a piece of him. But unfortunately, he was always going to go down. That's too bad. I'm going to start moving up. What I want to do is be able to sling shells at the Nelson while I'm driving across the map. The rest of the battle is over here on this southwest corner of sea. And I want to be where the battle is. I want to be where I can, you know, shake up the challenge and provide, you know, the fight and provide more aid to my team. Right now, over here, this Nelson is not affecting the battle. The Nelson will not help us win, or not help them win. He's not doing anything. So it's just a bag of hit points that we can take. I don't think the Nelson's doing a bad thing. He's distracting like 3 ships, counting myself. But for me, it's more important for me to get over to the rest of the battle where things are happening. I got a lot of hit points, and my team might need me and my hit points up there, so I want to be in a better position than this. There's a big chunk out of the Nelly now. Hopefully we can dump him here. There he goes. Okay, so I don't have to worry about that guy anymore. And look, I'm already pointed the right way. I'm already sailing the right way. And frankly, it probably took me too long to get moving away. I was waiting for that Devonshire to pop out, and I should have known, you know, look, if he comes out, I got distance on him on mains, or range on him, no problem. I'm going to swing my guns around to the other side for that. Well, no, I'm going to keep them over here. I've got 2 ships to my south, last positions that we knew, last known positions. And I've got 1 ship to my north who's low. So I'm going to guess there's more hit points to the south. This is just based on math, right? I'm kind of a nerd that way. And I want to be able to shoot up more hit points than fewer. So let's throw some shots at this Caracciolo. Our team asked for shots on him. I'm going to say Wilco. Why did I say Wilco? It doesn't matter. I said it because I want my team to know that I'm listening and that I'm trying. Look at this, 19,000. We are going to get damage this match. Woo! And we have killed their Massachusetts, which kills my dream of a Kraken. But that's okay. Taking the shot at the Baltimore first, because I think maybe he's going to be harder to hit. He's dodging my shells, though, isn't he? Look at him go. Good dodge for that guy. Fantastic. I'm going to barrel as fast as I can around this island. I'm going to hit a hull repair now. I'm going to get like 30 hit points for hitting that, but I might as well hit it now, just in case something bad happens.
Unser Sieg ist in Sicht.
Yeah, I saw you guys chatting about that in chat, but I wasn't quite sure what you were talking about. Oh, I aimed a little too high there, but it might work out anyway. No. Getting my secondaries on Balto. Look at him go. What I really need is 30,000 damage so we can earn a legitimate pizza party this evening for me. That would be awesome. I'm gonna let my secondaries do the work on the Baltimore, and I'm gonna keep my mains on the Caracciolo. Only got 74k, and there's not enough hit points left in the battle for me to get my pizza party, so boo-hoo, it's over. Wait, the enemy has a carrier. I didn't know about the carrier. We're gonna win before we find the carrier. And I missed? Oh, I must have bracketed him with those. Dang. That carrier? Yeah, if I can find him, trust me, I'll shoot him, but... Yes, heal, Caracciolo. I need you to have more hit points when I take them from you. Heal! Yes. Delicious hit points. He's so dead, though. Oh my gosh, there's a whole carrier right there. Guys, guys, guys. There's a carrier right there. Don't let me get too excited, but maybe we can do it. We're not going to get the Kraken sound effect. Man, I hope you guys can't be as excited as me, but I hope that you are. We're so close. 91.8. Here comes. One more opportunity. Oh, don't you dare kill my Lexington. I just need 9k. 8,200 really. Let's be real. No! 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 How dare you, sir? 4,500. That's it. I'm blind firing, which is foolishness. And now I've turned too much. And I missed! I missed! Oh my gosh. I've never been standing on this precipice like this. No! No! Come on! Oh, robbed. You know what? 95.5 is a great battle in the Bismarck for me. My average is just 48,000, so I am going to call that a win. We did not unlock the 100,000 damage pizza party. I'm okay with this. It's a good night tonight anyway. That is just how it goes. And look at that. We got a 1-2-3 for Clan Rex, powered by Rice. That's Dr. Evix from chat. You've got myself in second place and Skada bringing up third. Fantastic play by all three of us. Great work, team. 1,900 base for the top two and 1,500 for Skada. Heck yes. I'm all about it, dude. Great play, guys. And of course, you know, being top tier doesn't hurt. Let's be real. Like, we had some advantages there, but we certainly didn't let those advantages go to waste by playing foolishly, rushing in and getting dumped too early. And frankly, I had a bunch of opportunities where I could have gotten damage and I had bad shots or my enemies were evading me. We could have had a much more powerful match, but I think we actually had a pretty decent enemy team up until the point where they started to fold. So good fight. Good fight all around. Alrighty. I am thinking we got more boats to play. Okay. Will you guys indulge me? I'm trying to do one aircraft carrier game per match. So I am not good at aircraft carriers. Is anybody in chat a good CV captain? If so, please, please don't make fun of me. But I'm going to try to take out a CV. In this case, the Ark Royal, and we're going to go see if we can't do one. Dravix, by all means, man. If you're tired, you can roll on out. I gotcha. Oops, I sent that match or that comment to the wrong. I sent that to YouTube. Oops. I meant to just give a haha in Twitch, but I sent it to the wrong place. No pressure, man. You don't have to roll with us. It was good gaming with you, man. Thanks for being a part of the division. All right, here we go. Ark Royal and Issei. Very cool. This is a weird division if I've ever seen one. CVs and I, guys, we don't get along. I'm a DD main. I don't care for CVs. I don't like fighting them, and I'm bad at playing them, but we're going to give one a shot here and see what we can get done. Well, good news. The enemy carrier isn't very good at carriers either. That is very helpful. All right, guys. This is noob status. Let's temper our expectations. We have a Wukong on our team. That's pretty exciting. Scott just pointed out in chat. We have a Minsk. We have a Z23 and a Z39. Veneto. Wukong is the most wonky, interesting boat in this match. That is the most interesting boat in the match. I'm going to go Scout C, and I'm telling my team that I am doing that. I'm not going to move my carrier right away. Now, I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking and what I'm trying to do. Don't take this as advice from a high-skill carrier captain. I've told you multiple times I am not that person. But I am going to leave my carrier where it is right now until we kind of get a better idea of where the enemy team is and where my team is going to lean and be strongest. I feel like I want to be dropping my carrier kind of behind the side where my team is strong. And we'll see how that goes. No, 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 no. Drevix, no. No, no, no. We just talked about this. I'm not a skilled CV captain. I should drop fighters for our Z39 over here. We're starting to get to Euro players. I've got a guy in here talking about how he's playing and it's morning where he lives. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do a rocket drop over here. I would go find that Kagero, but I'm not wanting to scrap with those fighters. Numex has decent AA, so this is probably a poor idea. You got a fire on him. 4,000 damage. That was actually pretty good. How are my planes doing? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call those guys back. And I put my ship in reverse, apparently. Where the heck is my entire team? Oh, this is a... Is this a... We have a thing happening. Yeah, look at this. They're all out of sight. We'll go like that. That might be a poor idea. We'll see. So I'm seeing a stronger push from my team versus their team on that side. So I'm going to put my carrier over here kind of behind these players. My expectation is those guys at A are going to sweep across. We're going to take A. We're going to sweep across A, and they'll have a strong allied ship presence in between Alpha and Bravo. And if that's the case, I want to put my ship kind of behind those guys. I don't want to be too far away. I want short flights out to my targets because that's going to allow me to cycle those flights faster and faster. That's one thing that I'm struggling with as a carrier captain. I'm not very good at is making sure that I'm actually running those planes and getting them out there to where I can do damage consistently and rapidly. Now here's Kagero. Should we try to torp drop a Kagero? That seems like a mistake. Let's do it. Go get him. Any hope? No, because it's a freaking destroyer. And he's outrunning my torpedoes now. There we go. Couple of torpedoes on that battleship. Let's do it again. This time with rockets. I'm not very good with the bombs, and the bombs on these British battleships, I've learned, they fall slowly. Like they're lighter or something, or gravity is different. But I'll take out the bombers here in a sec. I'm gonna go over here and try to F up this Z-31 with my team. Kind of a long flight. But I am gonna drop fighters for this Bayern. That should give that Ryujo a problem. And he's already committed to coming in for a drop, so hopefully that's a problem for him. Good job, Mogami. Our Z-23. Our Z-23 just dumped that Z-31. So we're struggling over here in Charlie. Team is not doing stuff. Hey, thanks for joining us, Chalk. We'll catch you next time, bud. Bismarck has good AA that I don't want to tangle with. So does Issei. Amagi's probably not that great, but New Mexico might be worse because it's 2 tiers down. Oh no. Black puffs. I don't want to fight no puffs. Oh my gosh. Those puffs away from me. Ugh, I'm getting shredded and I'm just on my way to work. The commute this morning was brutal. Those might actually be good, boys and girls. Let's find out. I'm gonna put torps up again. We're gonna go punk that guy if we can. Actually, I'm gonna go to that Andrea Doria. One, just one. That's okay. All right, my planes are up. They're flying. I'm gonna actually turn them back towards the target I was going for. While I'm doing that, I do have the ability to re-autopilot my boat. I'm just gonna have it go a little further on the trajectory it's already going. Feel like that's a not bad idea. We'll find out. Andrea Doria's getting punked. I think I'm just going to let my team deal with them. They're going to finish them. Yeah. Excuse me. I don't want to fight a Cleveland. Ooh, I do want to spot this Kagero. Oh my gosh. So many puffs. There we go. Got the Kagero killed. I'd like to say because of my incredible spotting, but you know, it's hard to say.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
5.8 is kind of a magic number. A lot of ships have 5.8 kilometer anti-air fire. I don't know if that's always the number, but it's a commonly used number. Issei is throwing shells at this Amagi, and he's kind of alone, and so I want to come over here and help out. Says a guy in North Carolina asking for anti-aircraft fire support. You serious, bro? You got the best AA in this whole game. For this match, anyway. Going in for a drop on Amagi with weak-ass planes. Can we do it? I'm just going to drop them fast. I don't even know. Let's take those bombers out. We were talking about trying those earlier. So 13K, not doing great. My average in this is 23,000. Also an embarrassing number.
Concentrate fire on designated target.
Charles Martel is getting messed up. I feel like our positioning is a little bit stronger than theirs. And I feel like Skada is currently running a... He's running a kiting mission where he's running away from these boats, and it's tough right now for him to deal with that. Charlie Martle is low. I think I will go in on the bomb on him if he's still alive when I get there. He's not going to be alive. We're going to go for shores instead. I've used all my boost because I'm a boost fiend. Oh my gosh, I'm getting messed up by this AA. This is not a good approach angle for this. But there's so many bombs. But that was still a pretty decent drop. I'm going to return those guys back. I've only got a full squadron of Rocketeers, so we're going to put those folks up. I'm going to try to go over here and hit this Amagi again. I don't like that the Amagi is chilling with this Bismarck, but they're in a division, which is what I suspected. And it makes it very logical that they're going to be working together. So I'm going to approach them from the north side. That way the Bismarck doesn't get to also shoot me on my approach. And again, like I said, I'm walking through what's going through my head. I don't know if this is all good and logical. We're still learning this CV thing. So much AA. Oof. No. That didn't work at all. I usually don't get to where I get back to my ship and I don't have enough airplanes. That's actually a good sign, I think, for me, especially in a tier 8 match like this, where I'm flying often enough that I'm actually running out of planes. Because a lot of times if I'm wasting time traveling from point A to point B to do the work, the challenge, the problem is that I'm spending too much time in flight, not enough time doing damage, right? I've only had 17K on. I did spend a lot of time in flight this match, but and again, the higher tier AA has been giving me trouble for sure. Oh my gosh, look at all these flak puffs. Gotta have my puffs. And you can F off, and you can F off. Yeah, okay, let's come back around. I'm not even gonna survive. I'm gonna call those boys home. That's a waste of airplanes. Oh no! Oh, that's true. I always forget to do that, and I know that's a thing. Hey, Nemesis, welcome to the stream. I actually only have 6 planes in this group. Waifu-chan is going down, it looks like. Which is super helpful. I'm going to start working on the Bismarck problem. And we'll see what happens here. I need you to start turning right now, robot ship. Not in a minute. Don't do some big sweeping corner. Turn the fucking thing. Thank you, robot boat. Guys, I don't like our chances. Smash right into that puff. Who cares? I care. That pilot's wife cares. Oh no! Mega puffs. Oh, this is it for me. Dang. Hey, Night Owl, welcome. We're learning how to carrier, and we're not learning it well. Skada is over here with the Issei. He has been making his escape. Meanwhile, Z23 is back. Here's the thing. We're still winning. And look at Z23 over here making this cap. The enemy carrier is still alive, however, and Z23 is not a healthy boy. So I am not confident that we are going to be able to keep this victory. That is a truism. That is a true thing. That's all good, Night Owl. There's a lot of folks who love to lurk, and we love to have you. It's all good. Welcome. Just the same. Even though you may have been here for 2 hours. Getting a late welcome. Shores has stepped onto Alpha. Not great for us. I'll be real. That C cap that Z23 just got for us is clutch. Even though he's dead. We win in 7:13. Enemy team wins in 8:46. There's only 4 minutes left on the clock. They might overtake us because they are gonna do a... They're gonna get this alpha cap. Scott is also under threat because of his positioning. This is gonna be a hard place for him to stay alive. And frankly, I tried to drop that Shores multiple times. I couldn't get it done. As you can see, 21,514 damage. That's actually low even for me. Who is on my average is 22.5, right? So I was 1,000 damage light, and that is not a good number. This is solidly in the red on at WoW's monitor. So I'm trying to play one carrier game an evening in order to try to build those skills. I'm finding that in competitive modes, now that carriers are a part of our life, you know, my clan is needing more people who can try them out every now and again. We're finding it useful. So anyhow, you guys may catch me running a CV every now and again. Yeah, my captain is the captain of a dinghy now. He's not the captain of a carrier anymore. Scott is doing the right thing. He's staying alive. This is a very tough decision. What he's doing right now is he's saying, do I need to sail further away from this island, or do I need to hug the island and hope they don't see me? And you never know which one to pick when this is the situation, because you're the only ship that has intelligence. Here comes the enemy Issei. That's going to allow, these are Shores shells for sure that are coming over the island. Issei has fantastic anti-aircraft. It's in the 70s. I want to say the rating is 76. And so he's going to do a good job of stiff-arming these Issei planes. And I think that's going well. Right now, I'll tell you, it was Hakuryu or FDG, but both of those ships... GMAC asked the question in chat, what CV would you use for clan battles? I think, you know, again, it was, I said FDG, but I meant FDR or Hakuryu. I think now all bets are off. Again, you've seen my carrier skills, so I'm probably not the best person to answer that question. But my guess is now is it's going to shift to Ranger. not knowing any better. There may be some folks out there who are real wild about the British carriers. I don't know. But I'm guessing it's going to shift to Ranger without having any other intel. If there's any CV captains in chat, by all means, what do you think of GMAC's question? Which carrier to use for clan battles? Got us taking quite a few shots here. They found him, you know. 42 seconds left in the battle. If he can stay alive, we win. But that is asking a really big thing. Oh, we lose. They have more points now. I forgot. Got a guy in chat saying Skada is playing wrong. Skada was not playing wrong. He did the right things. The guy in chat doesn't know what he's talking about. Hey, FYI, guy in chat. Bad play, but it's all good. You know, I'm gonna leave that to you to decide. I'll leave that as an exercise for the viewer. This is where I belong. I was dead last. If you want to blame somebody for the loss, pick on me. It wasn't Scott. I think Scott was doing fine. You know, we had definitely a tough battle there. I think it was actually really close. Look at this guy with the shores, 2,900 base. Yeah, it's not because the Ark Royal or the Issei didn't get their job done. We did just fine. 2,900 base, 1,700 base, 1,600 base. Fantastic play by everyone. Okay, guys, we're coming to... Yeah, exactly. Bottom tier is a very real thing. Very real thing. Yes, Drevix always leaves before we lose. But if you were there, Drevix, we might have won. Because that was a good battle. It was close. Hey, guys, I really, really want to thank everybody for showing up. Sea Raptor, if he's around or if you see him, I'm guessing he's headed off by now. But thank you so much for coming and being a part of the stream. Thanks for staying, right? If you came with the raid and you're still here, you're one of the 50 people we still have watching. Thank you very much. We love it. And anybody who followed, there were so many, I wasn't able to keep track. It was super awesome to have everybody show up. If you haven't, check me out on Twitter and tell me about ships. We can talk about stuff. We can exchange captain configurations. I'm fairly active on there. You can get me at Clyde Plays Games on Twitter. You can swing over to YouTube and follow my channel there, or subscribe, I guess is the verb we would use on YouTube, where I'm at Clyde Plays. If you just search for Clyde Plays World of Warships, or if you go to youtube.com/C, as in channel, /Clyde Plays, you'll find my channel there, and you can throw me a subscription there. It would be fantastic. I drop a video usually on Fridays, sometimes a little bit early. Yeah, no worries, Wall. I like playing boats, man, and I have all these boats for a reason. If I didn't have them anymore, I wouldn't be able to play them, but I kept them because I like playing them. So no worries at all. There's a bunch of stuff in the patch for tomorrow. The world is changing. Go check out the news. All of this crap, guys. Now, stick with me. I want to pass this raid on. This is a wave that needs to keep giving. So there is another Twitch streamer that's on right now, Alansaurus Rex. I've raided him before. He's come to hang out in my channels before. He seems like a pretty cool dude. I don't know him well, but I want to raid you over there to him next. So if you guys wouldn't mind staying with me for the raid, when we get there, say hi to Alan, tell him Clyde sent you, tell him Sea Raptor sent you, whatever. We'd be super, really, really grateful for that. And he's a cool streamer, I think. You guys could report back to me and tell me later. Like I said, Get me on YouTube, get me on Twitch, and then come back and join us. We do this every Tuesday night here, and then we also do this on Saturday mornings. So thank you again for being here. This was a super great stream, and you guys are rad. So here goes the raid. Please join me in going to hang out with Allosaurus Rex. We got 15 viewers ready. We're going in 5 seconds. We're going in 3 seconds. Yes, here we freaking go. All right. Thanks, guys.
But somebody does. But somebody does. You and Daddy all of a sudden, man.
I don't know. I always used it before, just not as much.
Summertime, it's growing on me. Oh shit!
Oh dang!
Oh shit! Hey Clyde, hey everybody. How was your stream, buddy? Everybody, welcome. I'm Allosaurus Rex. You can call me Alan. Or Gandalf the Ship. That's actually what I go in game if you've ever seen that name. But welcome, welcome. Hopefully we can pull a win off for you guys. Keyword is hopefully there, hopefully. I gotta worry about these two guys right there. Oh shit, Sea Raptor. I appreciate you, man. If I could, I would give you a gold star, but I don't think I can do that.
Dang, you're getting pummeled right now.